This episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by Onnit and their flagship product, Alpha Brain. Alpha Brain is the first fully balanced nootropic designed to increase focus and mental drive. For our listeners, get 10% off when you use promo code ROOSTER at onnit.com/gaming. That's ONNIT.com/gaming. This podcast is brought to you by Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks with more than 100,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature, including fiction, nonfiction, and periodicals. For a free audiobook of your choice, go to audiblepodcast.com/roosterteeth.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, a podcast on here. You guys are fucking sitting around with your dicks out.
That would be a first time.
Have we actually told anyone that before the podcast starts, you always pull your dick out?
I mean, I assumed it was a given, isn't it?
And then,
think
like,
you would.
What else could he be doing? I just pop it away right before the...
No one's going to see that baby bird anyway.
I started talking about this and I realized this is the fastest time to Gavin's dick on any podcast.
Instantaneous.
It's like instant.
Well, I mean, that's the only reason I do it, is I try and have someone else start the
You try
conversation
to direct
about my
the
penis.
conversation
Yeah.
right to your dick. As
It's
you
kind of
start.
like I'm planting the
It's
idea.
like asking for oral sex. You just put your dick out there and you're like, it's here already. You're right there.
halfway there,
May as well get started.
There's absolute mentals out there, right? Do you think if I just stood out in public with my penis out, that if enough women came by, eventually one of them would just fancy it?
Yeah, of course.
I think you'd probably be like confronted by the police before that would happen.
There'd probably be several
That'd be an
dudes.
interesting test.
Yeah, that too.
There'd probably be several dudes interested before a lady comes
I would
by.
bet more guys would go for it than girls.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys are awesome. Some random dick, I'll suck it.
I didn't say that, Gus. He was pretty vague about it.
So would you do it if there was a woman, like a hot woman out?
Oh, God, no. It's like some kind of trick, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely a trap.
How
Something's
hot
gonna
would a
happen.
woman have to be for you to go there?
What do you mean?
Never.
What's the question?
How hot would that girl have to be for you to go down on her in public? She's just whipping out her munch or minge, whatever
Move
it's
your
called.
mic up. Yeah. How would you do it?
I probably would be embarrassed.
All right.
I'm listening to Brandon's giving directives. I was listening to that, so that was quite dumb. What did you say?
Gus is great at multitasking. He's just looking at me going,
Barbara's mic was out of position. I was making
I'm
sure.
sorry, I had to
Okay.
fix it. Oh,
You
is
could
it
catch
good now?
James Lipton. You could do Inside Actor Studio.
God, there's so many
Absolutely.
cushions on this
Just
thing.
throw
Dude,
them away.
no! It hides the wires.
Toss
I don't
them.
want it.
No, the wires are run through the couch.
You know what else hides the wires? Your bodies.
Hang on. Nothing to see here.
So there's no. Oh, yes,
Gavin, I grabbed your buttocks.
we should do introductions. I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin. You're drinking.
I'm Michael, drinking a beer.
I'm Barbara.
Jordan.
No Bernie this week. We have Jordan.
Yep,
who
I'm in the
makes-
Bernie seat.
Jordan Cwierz looking.
The pressure's on.
We informed Jordan today that he is playing the part of Bernie on tonight's podcast.
Oh.
Nobody really wants to sit in that chair, so we
Yeah,
just...
What
You
I
wanted to sit in the chair?
It's so far away. You're out, like, all the way over there. What I said to Jordan was, like, when I talked to Barbara, like, who's going to sit where? I walked up to Jordan. I was like, hey, congratulations on the promotion to that chair. Because that's where you're
Yeah.
sitting.
And I was eating pizza. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What are you
This
drinking?
is prime real estate
This is
over here.
whiskey or some shit.
Whiskey or some shit?
Did someone
I don't
else
know.
make it for you?
I just pulled whatever was like available from the liquor thing on top of the lockers.
It's probably water and like.
It could be. It's like old apple juice.
I was
It's watered down.
That was one of the funniest things is when you took that one. Everyone was like, yeah. It's a bit watery.
This tastes like water.
It's just water
Yeah.
only.
Was it just me and you who did that shot?
Yeah.
And
Why are we all doing that shot? I don't even remember.
It was
I did
Bernie's
it.
It was
idea.
like getting pumped for the podcast.
it was like just
Yeah.
before the podcast,
Oh.
just like, hey, let's take a shot. Because, that's the kind of people we are.
Yeah.
And then Jordan goes, this tastes watered down. And Barbara's like, yeah, that's water.
It is water.
Nice. We have not, luckily, since we called out those people or that person, we have not had that problem again.
Yes.
Also, I noticed our liquor doesn't get drank very fast anymore. Like
Drank?
Drunk?
I don't know.
What's the proper word?
Drank.
Drunken? Drunken?
It
It doesn't get
I'd say
consumed.
drank.
Consumed
There you
orally.
go. Fancy.
It's almost like we're working real jobs or something.
Yeah,
No, that's
Yeah.
it makes me sad. Like,
It's
why are
just
we working
lying.
here?
It's not a twist top.
Here.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Who was lying about that, Gavin?
Dave.
Yeah.
What is that you got there?
The keychain?
I think she was talking about the
So
blue
that's a
moon.
nice Achievement Hunter
Yeah,
bottle
it is.
opener.
Yeah, it
Little product placement.
Beautiful.
Where can I get one?
RoosterTeeth.com/store.
I keep mine on me at all times.
This week's T-shirt Tuesday is a revival of an old shirt.
Yeah.
Good quote shirt.
Yeah, it's the I hate the bands that you like, or I hate
Simmons
the
line?
bands you like. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Simmons line. Oh look,
There it is.
Dude, that's you.
Brian.
They should have got Simmons.
Did Brian tell you
Brian
to look
told me not
unenthused?
to freak out because they Photoshop. We don't have the shirt yet.
Oh shit.
So
Don't
he
give it
said
away.
he's like, I used the old photo of you wearing the 10-year anniversary shirt, and I put the new shirt on you. I was
Seamless.
like, I'm familiar with.
Why would he
Photoshop,
advise you
Ryan.
to not? did he think like you'd be like, oh my god, when did I do that?
Yeah. Which
Where
crack
was
was
I?
Was I
Did someone
drunk?
drug
All
you?
right.
Yeah.
Sit down before I show you what I'm about to show you. It will rock your world forever.
Was Brandon talking into your ear when that photo was being taken as well? Because you're making the same face.
You look kind of zoned out.
No. I was trying to tell the story.
So this is the Kit Kat.
I'm listening.
Yeah, you're taking a picture. Okay.
Just put an earpiece in there with like talking going on.
Maybe Brian can make it look like you have an earpiece in there, even though you didn't, using some form of technology.
I don't think you could do that.
You were just talking about how Photoshop was magic just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing
Content-aware scaling and
yeah,
stuff.
because whenever I have to make thumbnails for the podcast when we upload it, I always had a problem because we have that new sidebar that we use, that little gray gradient and the Rooster Teeth logo. So, like, I always try to figure out how to fit my thumbnail in the remaining space. And then Brian was just like, why don't you just content-aware scale it? And I forgot about it. And it just like takes an image and it like somehow cuts out pixels.
Yeah.
So the image is like a different
It
size.
crushes out all the stuff that you wouldn't notice that was misshapen. Like a
Right.
circle will
Interesting.
still be a circle, it won't be an oval.
Yeah, so like I was telling Barbara for last week's podcast, there was a picture of her holding cat bug. But if you look behind her, the Hardy Boys poster that's on the wall behind her, all the text is fucked up.
Oh, is
like
it?
all the letters are slanted, and you can see over her shoulders is the Hardy, and it's just like you wouldn't see that because it's not in the forefront.
Speaking of this cat bug, the person who made this is doing something really cool. Jordan should talk
Yeah,
about
the
that.
girl who made this this cat bug plushie made a drunk Bernie cat bug plushie as well, and like she did it in like 2 seconds. And
Probably took longer than that, Jordan.
well, she like, was tweeting about, look what I'm starting, and then later that night, I was like, it's done, and I was like, I would like 20, please.
Yeah.
So
We should totally get those people, the Cartoon Hangover people, to come to RTX.
yes,
Yeah.
I think it would be a great fit. And if
Yes.
they brought merchandise, I think they would make a ton of money.
would sell a ton
hint,
of cat
hint,
bugs.
return my email.
Oh, dude, shout out. Hello.
But yeah, we're huge fans. I've been like when I'm working now at my desk, I tend to have some episodes of Bravest Warriors playing like on the background on YouTube.
How many episodes are they up to now? I've seen
I
like
think like
Carrie
12.
showed me
I
like,
think
Carrie
it's
showed me like
12.
the first two.
So you're one of those people who can work with just stuff on in the background.
It's like music or anything else going on in the background.
I can't do that.
If I'm editing, yeah, I
it depends
can.
what you're
Yeah.
doing. If you're editing, you can't listen to shit.
But I get like a lot of email. If I'm just replying to like email, yeah, of course.
Doesn't
gotta have
Lindsay
something
listen
on.
to music while she edits the podcast?
No, she jokes about that. She doesn't actually do that.
I don't know how you would possibly do that.
It's impossible.
yeah.
That was
Full of shit.
That was probably my least favorite thing when I was still editing the podcast, was you can't do anything else.
That's basically
Yeah.
like every Let's Play.
Yes, like
when
I
I
can't
when
do
I'm
anything
lip
else.
syncing an animated adventure, it's like
You sing?
it's lip syncing.
Oh, I know. Like on stage?
Oh no! I thought you said lip singing while I animate.
No.
now I'm imagining you
Animating.
drawing while miming as well on a stage somewhere.
When we hired Jordan and he came to Austin, I thought this is great because he's going to get here. He's going to have a huge back catalog of animated adventures.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never be week to week again. I'll never worry that's not going to get done.
Yeah.
How many are in the back catalog?
0. I
He
mean,
has somehow managed to become less efficient
it's
in moving to Austin.
Like ever since I moved here, there's other stuff to do now. Like I had to make a DVD. And
Like it used to be like worst case scenario, I'd wake up and I'd have received the animated adventure like at 4 in the morning.
yeah,
But it would
that
be
was probably
there.
as late as it would get.
Now it's like noon.
Well, at least he's trustworthy.
I wonder, pretty much Jeff, it's the exact same scenario. He used to get rage quit every night, like Wednesday night, and then I moved here. I'm like, well, I got till Thursday now.
Yeah, just bump it back.
My backlog is 0.
I would hear you at 9 p.m. on a Thursday recording it.
This is what annoys me about Michael, is that whenever I can, especially with Let's Plays, I love to get ahead. Like, I just finished Friday's Let's Play
I
today.
totally heard I love to get ahead.
Well, he does. There was an earlier
And that was
callback
the
to the
beginning
earlier
of the
discussion.
He was
Okay.
standing in the street. There was a large man.
So anyway, I finished Friday's Let's Play today, and now I feel all warm and fuzzy and happy, because now I can start on the next one, or maybe
Right.
make another video. But if he finishes Rage Quit, he refuses to start the next Rage Quit
I don't wanna do
until,
it.
like, Thursday evening.
Yeah.
Why don't you get ahead? You could do 2. And then
Because it's a pain in the ass. I
gotta
don't want to
refill.
do 2. Exert a lot of energy. Plus, it's a pain in the ass to do when people are in the office.
Right, so you could wait for everyone to leave and record 4. And then
I
just
can't
you'd be
record
done.
4. You keep saying I record 4. It's like do 6 Let's Plays in a row.
Or it's like when we used to pre-record the podcast. Like, why wouldn't we say, let's just spend all day Monday and record 8 podcasts?
It's retarded. That's
You
why.
can't do
The
that.
podcast is current. We talk about stuff.
His rage quits are about the moment. You're like, you
About that specific moment.
spend so much energy doing it.
Your argument
like,
is falling apart.
You expect so much
Algorithms.
energy doing it that the later ones wouldn't be as good as the earlier ones.
It's hard to be that angry for multiple hours in a row. Like, I don't know how you even manage to do it for, the hour you record?
Yeah, it's pretty long too. You act like it's like fucking 3-minute videos. They're like 40-minute recordings.
Yeah.
So you're like, just do 5 in a row.
Just do a Let's Play by yourself
Alright,
over
well,
and over and over.
Here's another idea then. Why don't you do one the next day? Instead of
Why don't
wait a
you
whole...
shut the fuck up? How about that?
Why don't you worry about
Why
your
do I
own
tell
job?
you when to film slow-mo, guys? Why do you keep waiting to go back to England? Just buy a fucking camera and be done with it. Shut your fucking horse.
Man, so I saw when I was at NAB, I saw the 4K version of that Phantom
Oh, the
camera.
Phantom Flex 4K.
That's an expensive camera.
They're all expensive, dude.
Holy crap!
Yeah, how much was it?
I think the camera body by itself with like the minimum base configuration was like $95,000.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Well,
And that's like with nothing.
the ones that I've been using this whole time on the channel, we had 2 of them, and it was £250,000 for 2.
Holy
Like the
crap!
complete sets, and that was in pounds. So I imagine like 400,000.
So if you had 2 of them, why didn't you ever do any 3D stuff?
I did for my job. There's no way I'm doing 3D for
Slow
YouTube.
guys, YouTube does 3D distribution.
Well, it involved a giant rig with a big mirror and like special glass with the
You
mirror
gotta
on the
spend
front.
money to make money, Gavin.
Dude, it's not worth it.
I thought you know what to do is you just have to get the angle right. Just what is it, the parallax? Just set them the correct.
You need
just
special
apart.
glass to do it because most mirrors have the mirror
Special glass.
underneath the glass, but you need like front silver mirror. Like if you ever touch a mirror and then look at it like flat on along the glass, you can see like ghosting. You can see like 2 of
Okay.
your hand, but you can't have that for 3D. Otherwise, you see double images. So you need expensive glass.
I don't quite understand, but I'll take your word for it because it seems like you know what you're talking about. Oh, I can't.
I
call
don't
you out.
understand, but you're saying it with confidence, so I'm
I
going to
know what I'm
agree with
talking
you.
about.
If Gavin ever explains something to that extent, he understands.
Yeah.
If I make the effort to decide to explain it, I'm probably right about it.
That is true.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah. So you guys launched a Let's Play channel last week.
Yep.
That's still going good.
Doing great.
It's
so
like
far.
over 600,000 subscribers now.
Yeah, I think we're at like 6.5, something like that.
It's kind of irritating though because our last video, the Minecraft Let's Play, got right now it's like 1.3 million
How
views.
irritating.
Yeah.
But
I'm enraged.
that's less than 50%.
How
That's
dare
less than 50%
Go make a rage
subscription. Like I wish people would subscribe after watching it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh,
I guess a lot of people watch on their phone or don't have accounts and stuff.
How many people do you think that watch videos actually have YouTube accounts? Like, does the average person who goes to YouTube to watch videos, do they even have an account?
I would think
don't
the
know.
majority.
I would
I
go to
would not.
YouTube for
Mostly
a
not.
bunch of entertainment.
I would think the only
think.
reason you sign up for an account is to watch the videos that are age gated.
Yeah. Or if you want to upload
or if you
stuff.
make stuff.
I guess if all
Yeah,
you
but I
watch
think
is the
it's such a
Minecraft-
small subset of people who upload and make stuff.
I don't know.
That's a good
I
point.
mean,
What
even crap though. People upload crap, and they still have to make an account to upload their vlog or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, most people that have a channel have like 1 or 2 stupid videos.
And people love commenting too. So you need to
That's
account for
true.
that.
That's a good point.
But everyone has Google.
do love
accounts.
Commenting. Shit.
Everyone's
But you still have to go through the effort of signing in.
It's true. That is
Like,
a lot of effort.
yeah.
if
And on
I'm-
a phone, I'm never signing in.
If I'm not signed in, like I will not go and actively do it unless I want to see boobs.
Nice.
Like because it's like there's no reason to be signed in.
It's true.
I guess I never comment though.
No.
Nice boobs.
Sweet tits. Lovely.
Yeah,
tits.
I don't know. It's pretty awesome because it's like we don't know the exact ratio of like where the views came from. Like we have like 600,000 subscribers, so it's like did 600,000 people watch it twice, or did like Gavin said, a lot of people who aren't logged in watch it, or mobile viewers watch it and stuff like that. But you know, it was really a big relief, you know, to move Minecraft, which has been on Rooster Teeth for 47 or 46 episodes,
Yeah.
which is like almost a year. Because when we first launched Minecraft, it wasn't every single Friday. That started like episode 8 or something, where it was every Friday. We
it
used
was
to
episode
alternate different.
3.
Oh, was it that early?
Yeah.
So it's been almost a year already, and it's great to see that it got 1 million or whatever last week. Following week, it's on a totally brand new channel, and it
Yeah.
still has 1.4 million. So it's like people are looking for it anyway.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the concern when you move the
Yeah.
content that people won't follow it.
Well, it's like imagine if Game of Thrones got put on a different channel, people would still find it and watch it. It's probably the same way with
It's true.
the Minecraft Let's Plays. People watch it like a television show.
It's interesting.
But if Game of Thrones was on a different channel, I'd be concerned because that means something's wrong. Doesn't just magically go off HBO.
Did you have like a Game of Thrones marathon this weekend?
I watched the entire first season of Game of Thrones after seeing 3 episodes of season 3 and
so
nothing
nice.
else. I was like, I should probably watch the rest of the show to understand what the hell's going on. It was awesome.
So it's probably my favorite single season of any TV show. Is
Yeah.
season 1 of Game of Thrones.
And then
So
Gavin let
good.
me season 2 that he had on Blu-ray that's not open yet.
Yeah, I do this thing where I buy Blu-rays and just never watch it. I have no idea why I ever buy anything.
You're
Never
gonna
use it.
watch it though.
Will I though?
Yeah.
In my head I am.
Will I? Yes, you will.
Well, he saved me like $40, so
Yeah.
So did you see the 3rd episode of season 3?
Was that last night?
Yes.
No, that was last. Did you see last
did.
week's? The week
Yes, I
before?
did.
She did.
And
That
I must
sucks.
give
I
it a
know.
hand for being very awesome.
Yeah.
That
That sucks though to see that and then go back and watch 2 seasons of the show knowing shit like that's gonna happen. That's why I never watch one-off episodes of something. They'll be like, oh, I'm watching whatever. It's like, oh, you never seen it, who cares? It's like, but I might watch it
Yeah,
someday.
As long as I get a briefer, I'm okay.
It's so story heavy. I can't imagine just jumping in like that.
Well, it's not so much the briefer that I'm concerned about. It's if when I go back to watch it, I'm gonna know what happened.
Right.
And it's like, and then you're like looking at that one character like, when's it happen?
The thing is that I didn't understand anything when I watched those episodes, so I don't even really remember what happened in those first 3 episodes or know any of the relation back to season 1 or 2.
I'll give you that, but when a guy gets his head cut off, he gets his head cut off. You don't really need to know
You're
much
not going to
backstory.
unsee that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of chopping
There's
off
a lot of
things,
murdering in the show, which is why it's
are
awesome.
Yeah.
Very unexpected.
You made a good point about Game of Thrones in that journal you wrote about getting attached to a character
Yeah.
is a bad thing.
Yeah,
Never,
I'm
ever
really
get
worried about
Yeah,
Patrick.
that's the.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know who that is yet.
Yeah.
Why? Just because he's getting some?
Like we were having a conversation
awesome.
earlier.
Yeah.
Just the cool.
Does he have like a godly penis? Or
I don't
something?
know that.
They had that whole discussion in the
Yeah.
last episode. No, have you seen yesterday's episode? The most recent one?
Barbara hasn't.
I have not.
Oh.
Okay.
We can't talk
You
about
just
it.
pull down his pants and the gold light shine.
It's like Pulp Fiction. You open up the briefcase and it's like, you don't have to talk about it. You just close it. Everyone understands.
And also, Rooster Teeth hit 2 billion views.
She did hit
Yeah,
2 billion
did.
views.
That's the year after it hit 1 billion, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
11 months.
11 months?
That's less than a year.
Yeah. That's a lot of views.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
How long before 3 billion?
My
now?
prediction was 1 month. 3 billion.
A bit extreme.
Sounds logical.
I don't know. It'll be interesting now with the Let's Plays moved off to their own channel because it's less content.
We could
less
just add
videos.
them together and say, yeah, we did that.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's the way it works.
Get the hell out of here.
So what else have you guys been up to? What are y'all working on? Can you talk about any of it?
What the fuck are we working on? Right now, I'm doing the Let's Play for Wednesday.
I'm doing this week's animated adventure.
Yeah, there you
Which
go.
comes
Is that
out
all
on
you're doing
Wednesday.
ever after the DVD's done?
We're working on like some special ones that are coming out later. So
What's the quickest you ever made an animated adventure? From beginning to end?
it's usually about 3 days.
Oof.
I don't know.
What do you do
That's
the
hard
other
to say.
4?
The other one, it's working on the other stuff now. It's like a day of like
Have you seen
audio
any
stuff.
of the other stuff he works on?
I saw the DVD.
You will, yeah. There's a DVD about it.
I haven't seen any of this other
I will
stuff.
say, just like today, I was trying to edit something, a Let's Play, and for like most of the Let's Plays we do, we have multi-clips, because we record like a bunch of different screens. So the computer can only take so much to run like fucking 4 or 5 or 6 images at once. Basically, like in multi-clipping, you combine all the files, you sync everything up. So then as you're playing it back, you can click the different screens, and it'll mark like, okay, for this part you want Gavin's screen, this part you want Jeff's screen or whatever and stuff like that. But like my computer, it's just like it's a little slow, so it couldn't like handle it. So it's like it would run 4, but it'd stutter like every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And I finally just like lost it today. I was like, I need this fixed. So like we looked at it and stuff like that, and it was basically like my hard drive was just transferring it too slow.
Right.
Like it was just reading it too slow. So I put a new one in, and it's like 3 times faster than my old one. So now like I was riding on a high of like my Let's Play running smoothly. So I used to edit the Let's Plays sometimes in the studio because there's a better computer back there. So I'd go back there and do it. So, but back there is like, Monty and Ryan and Carrie, and they all have like 17 monitors for each
Yep.
of their stations because like, for some
why
reason
not?
they
Because
need that
they need
many.
that.
Like a spaceship
But
back
I mean,
there.
in Achievement Hunter at least, we all have 2. We have the monitor and then the television, for Xboxes and stuff. So like, I just got off like the high of like my fucking Let's Play running smoothly. I was like, it's time, and I'm like, Terry, I want this monitor hooked up. So like, he's like, I'll do it. So he went and like found a cable, or whatever. Like all it is seriously like I've been here almost 2 years. Plug a wire into the back of the Mac, plug a wire to the TV, and it's done.
Yeah.
And you can like move your editing over there and just work on 2 screens. I did that, and like for the last 2 hours, like I've just been smiling in the office. Like I've been looking at Gavin, and I'm just like, yup.
I was worried about you guys. Right before the podcast, you were having a dance party to Call Me Maybe.
Yeah, well, that song's awesome.
Whenever
We
we're
get
both on the
hyped up.
podcast, we have to.
It's true. We do usually listen to that every time we're
Gotta
both
get
on
the
the
energy
podcast.
up.
So when we're setting up the podcast during the day, like on Monday, normally we'll have something on repeat playing in the studio just to test all the audio coming off the laptop and going into the mixer. And for the past 2 weeks, I've forgotten that we've had Gentleman by Psy playing. So when people tune in early to watch the podcast, they probably just had that on repeat drilling into their
You're
head.
welcome.
Yeah, so you're welcome.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. It's not as good
I
as
didn't like
Gangnam
it.
Style,
I
but
didn't like it
it's
the
pretty good.
first time I saw it, but it's really grown on me.
Yeah, it's called Stockholm Syndrome.
One of the worst things for me in my life is that, you know how you get a song stuck in your head sometimes? And
Yeah, I know
Every
where
now
this
and
is
then.
going. This is bad.
well, yeah, you get a song stuck in your head and it's annoying and it maybe lasts 2 or 3 days, depending on, how bad it is. But I have this thing where if there's no song stuck in my head, I revert back to a bass song. And ever since I worked on this music video for the Chemical Brothers, I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Oh, yeah.
But they just kind of have like very repetitive music. I was on a music video for that. I think it was a 3-day shoot for one music video. And they were playing the same song over. I think I heard it 500 times.
What song is it?
I can play some of it. It's basically like a siren. I'll play some of it
Yeah,
right
I
now.
can pull it up right here.
Okay.
What's it called?
It's called Swoon.
I'll do
But
it.
now, whenever I don't have a song in my head, in like deep down inside my brain, I'll just have like.
You know what's weird? That happens
It's
to me
like always
too.
there.
I never thought that
Street,
anybody
you
else
hum
had that
that.
except me. Where if I can't think of a song or don't have a song in my head, it goes to the most annoying song
Yeah.
I don't want to think
And
about.
I think I'm permanently ruined because it was like it was like punishment. It was like water torture, except in my ear hole with. Yeah.
Is that it?
So let me just.
I can't full screen it, Brandon. Sorry.
I'm just gonna skip to like the middle.
And
Gavin's
now-
Yeah.
It's basically like.
He does do that all the time in the office.
And it just goes on and on. The whole song is like that, and it's so many times, and it's burned into my brain. If anyone has any recommendations for surgically removing a tune from your brain, I'm all ears.
The other thing,
Literally, because it's stuck in.
I don't know
ears.
if you've mentioned it on the podcast, but the other thing is like we sing all the time, especially you and Jeff. But like we'll sing all the time in the office, and we sing a shitload in the Let's Plays.
I
So
once came into your office and you sang Randy Newman. And I was
oh yeah, so we'll sing all the time, have the song stuck in our head like forever. But then, like, it won't die because then, like, let's say it's Minecraft, Gavin will be editing it, and then he keeps singing the song because he's listening to
Right.
it, and then it'll come out, and we'll fucking sing the song because the video's out. So it's like one song will last sometimes for like 2.5 weeks. It happens all the time.
It's a horrendous virus.
It's awful. It's
Does
awful.
Randy Newman? I mean, he's
Speaking of horrendous viruses,
he's a successful dude. But
very successful.
Does he think he's good?
does he know it's a jungle out there?
But does he know he
By now.
sounds? Does he know that he sounds like someone who's been whacked?
You can make fun of him
does
all
that
you
mean?
want, and I agree with you. I'm not a fan, but he's super award-winning, right? He's won like a lot of Oscars, very prestigious.
Yeah, but it sounds like someone's like pulling out his brain cells as he's saying it.
There was literally one
that what
time
it sounds like?
I was sitting on the couch in the Achievement Hunter office, and they closed the door, and all 6 of them started singing "It's a Jungle Out There" by Randy Newman the whole way through.
Right, but to be fair, it was like a 1.5 week long affair that you had just walked in on. So it was like one of us started singing it,
Yeah.
and the thing is like it's usually one person will go, and like right when the chorus hits, 4 other people will jump in. It's like the one moment where everyone. It's like Dayman and Sunny. Like,
Yeah.
We do that all the
Dayman.
time.
Yeah.
Gavin will go Dayman. There'll be silence, and then 4 people will go. Oh,
Does your voice crack
just
when you do
every
it?
time. Yeah,
Dayman.
Dayman. You have to say it like that.
I don't watch Always Sunny.
Should
Sorry.
we talk about
forgive you.
our fitness challenge?
Oh yeah, our fitness challenge. Let me. Yeah. Let's talk about our fitness challenge. I was gonna read the sponsor message, but fitness challenge is a good
Fitness
segue.
is more important, Gus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Alan, who's sitting over there in the dark, decided to challenge everyone in the company to lose weight. Essentially, the Rooster Teeth is paying for employees that opt in to have a bod pod analysis, which analyzes their body fat, and then Rooster Teeth is going to pay everyone to lose weight or to reduce their body fat percentage.
For every 1% you lose, you get a certain amount.
Yeah, and also for the number of push-ups
what-
and pull-ups you can do.
What's average body fat
Damn.
percentage?
I don't know what average is, but
Did you get yours done yet?
yeah, I got mine done this morning, and I was in the excess fat category.
What
Wow.
percent weigh?
23.9%. So I'm fat.
Really? That doesn't sound very.
For a guy, that's on the higher side.
Yeah, so
for
for
a girl, that's pretty low.
For a guy, I think 21 to 30% is excess fat, and like 11 to 20 is considered lean.
Ooh.
So I
You
walked.
go just from lean to excess fat.
Yeah.
There's like no middle ground.
Yeah, pretty much.
You walk in with your paper, you're like, I'm fat!
No, I walked in with my paper and I said, I'm fat, so all you guys are fucked.
No, but I'm really excited.
Yeah, so the goal is to be in better shape before RTX.
I'm surprised you're doing that.
Well, I was going to start working out anyway.
Really?
I've been wanting to work out for like 2 years, but I was finally going to get started. Ever since the short with Carrie, where I've got my fucking butt and I was like, I don't really look like that, do I?
What do you mean ever since? That was like, it was years ago.
I know. At least,
He just hasn't gotten around to
Or when
fixing
you
it yet.
flash your belly button on the podcast.
That's what you
Photoshop
looking
it to
at
be
that.
mine.
Oh, God.
So
Absolutely
you're watching that video and you're like, well, in like 600 or 700 days, I'm going to do something.
And I didn't I?
That was one of the last videos I think I saw before like I started working here. Like when I
Jesus,
had,
that was a while ago.
I had no involvement with Rooster Teeth whatsoever.
That must have
I
been 3
remember
years ago.
I remember
Wow.
seeing that video.
Not 3. We weren't in this building 3 years ago.
Oh,
Or maybe closer to 2.
2.5.
Get like
Mm.
Yeah, 2. So yeah, anything else you want to add about the fitness challenge?
My test isn't until Saturday, so I'm going
Why are you
crazy.
procrastinating?
Yeah, that's what I did. My test was today.
I
and
just want to
like, shit this
binge
weekend.
so I can get a head start and get fat,
I
and
feel
then I
like-
can lose more.
I feel like, and that's going around. A lot of people have said that, like, I'm gonna binge, gain weight, then start the challenge.
Yeah,
It'll
that's
be
how you
easy to
cheat
lose
the
more.
system.
People are just gonna get fat and not work out.
Right.
Like people are like half those people are just gonna gain weight and be like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm fat.
So is it
it's
possible?
absolutely gonna happen.
Is it possible to be
Absolutely.
over
look like us.
50%?
I don't know.
Over what
I
percent?
assume so. Yeah, this got to be.
50%, like, could
Oh,
you
yeah,
be
you could
half
be-
fat?
Think about those
Yeah.
morbidly obese people.
Yeah, when you're like got like
50% lard.
turtle arms and you're sitting in a bed,
I've
you
seen
know, and you
people
can't
who
roll
are like
over.
54, 53% body fat.
Ugh.
Like that's really, really bad.
The machine that measures your body fat percentage was pretty cool. I think it's called a bod pod.
Bod pod.
Yeah.
It's like you sit in this machine that looks like a little spaceship
Looks
from
like an egg,
2001.
Oh yeah.
You like sit in it and then you put a swim cap on,
Are you worried that you get fired off into Krypton or something?
and then it just like pumps air into it. Like they close it for like 40 seconds, and you sit there, and then they open it and they reset it, and they do it 3 times, and then it measures how much
They put
body fat
anything
you
up your
have.
butt? Or anything?
No, I mean, only if you
Probably
want
some
it.
air
Wait,
up
they
your
didn't
butt,
for
I
you?
imagine.
They didn't for you. That was just me.
I did not opt for it.
But we opened up a group to the community if they want to join and kind of follow along or participate themselves if you want to get healthy. And if you want to tweet anything, it's hashtag fit the number 4 RTX. So it's fit for RTX.
Your mic's way out of place again.
Your mic's way out of place.
And as Barbara said, like
I'm gonna
there's
pick it up closer to your
there's
face.
the thing where like you gain a certain amount of money based on the percentage of fat loss, which is like mind blowing to me that like a company would even be like, listen, fat asses, like lose some weight and we'll fucking pay you. Like how bad does it have to be? And then there's like extra stuff like, you know, I don't know when it's going to be, if it's like at the end or whatever, but it's like how many pull-ups can you do and how many push-ups can you do, and you get like money per pull-up and push-up. The rate based on the number is like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
if you
And
can
it's
do
like,
2, you get like $3.
if you do more than 1 pull-up, you'll get paid for every pull-up after that. And like the amount per pull-up is insane. Like based on like real life, but in this company, and it's like I asked Ray, and and it's funny because like Alan talked to Ray as one of the people of like, you know, they were trying to figure out like, oh, how many
pull-ups
pull-ups
can you do?
how many pull-ups should we say you have to do, and how much money should it be or whatever. And he's like, Ray, how many
Ray
pull-ups can you do?
doesn't know shit.
And I think Ray was like, we'll do like 4 or 5. Ray did 2. So like that 2 has been set like for the whole company.
So you went. So
Raise
like,
the standard of fitness.
where did you go to do pull-ups in the office?
just went into the studio. There's like a
There's
pull-up.
a little-
There's like a little
It's-
gym.
What
Go-
kind did you do?
go-
Did you do this kind or this kind?
I don't know what he did.
Which is
harder?
You can do
This is harder.
You can
Yeah.
do either one. You're not allowed
Okay.
to do the sideways one, apparently.
That is
Yeah.
the reason I
There you go.
decided I needed to work out.
Wow.
That's absolute. I wasn't pushing my gut out or anything. That was just me standing.
So,
You
like,
look pregnant.
You know how someone who has
Thank
a
you.
flat stomach, all their organs are like, all their organs are held in place. Because yours comes out, does that mean your stomach has like moved forwards and your kidneys?
all my organs are out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
You
want to
think they're
think
in the
about
back
that.
or they're like just rolling to the front?
They're like slowly sliding down.
Yes, I think you are a thing of beauty.
What is
Thank
it in
you.
your arms? What is in your arms that makes you not be able to do another pull-up? Like when I've used my arms once,
Tired.
my body's then like, well, you're not doing that again for a while. Like what?
Muscle strength.
It's the muscles that have to pull you up. It's probably your shoulders, right?
Yeah, but why can't?
your
Why?
biceps.
Shoulders on your biceps, I'd say.
Why does it fatigue so quick?
I don't know.
Because you're out of shape.
Well, I haven't.
muscles
I
need
don't know
to
how
be
many pull-ups
worked.
I can do. I haven't tried. but-
0, probably.
How many do you think you could do?
My arms are just
One.
thinking about doing
I
pull-ups.
don't think you could even do
See,
one.
my thing is like, I'm not gonna lose shit because I'm lazy. Like I haven't done the bod pod thing yet, but I'll probably do it. And like I doubt I'll do much. to lose weight because like I didn't give a rat's ass about body fat and stuff, I'll just do a bunch of push-ups and pull-ups. Like I can do 5 now, so I figured in 2 months I could probably do 10.
Yeah. Money.
If I actually try. Yeah.
Thank you, whoever was doing that.
So zoom in on Gus's butt.
Oh man, it looks like it has a face.
It does look like a face.
I look like I've got A cups. I should be wearing a bra.
You look like you have more than A cups, to be honest.
Do you think so? Some like B's.
Like double A.
Yeah, I totally should have.
I think I
a
could
bra.
do more than one.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's sign up for the challenge.
It's a buildup.
We'll just go do it.
The scientists in the Twitter stream are telling us it's a buildup of lactic acid in your
Let's
muscles.
see here.
Lactic acid.
Thank
yeah.
you, scientists.
If Ray can do 2, I would hope you can do at least 3. Because Ray's pretty scrawny. If
Come
you
on,
can do 2.
let's do them right now.
On what? I don't think you can get
What are
that
we gonna
filmed.
break?
We can do them on the podcast set.
Pretty sure that thing was
Yeah,
like
it
get
would
ripped down.
It wasn't that expensive. No.
Gavin does want to destroy that chair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah, he
did.
pointed out how he wants to
Did
destroy
you ever
it.
talk about what you and Jordan do every time you see each other?
Well, I don't know how it started. I guess it was like a gradual thing.
Yeah.
You explain it.
Well, it started as this random thing. Like I would just be talking to you at the office, and then like I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, we're talking," and then I would just like jump into your arms and say, "Catch me," and then you would be like, "That would just get you off guard," and I thought it was hilarious. And then it like evolved in this thing where if
Pretty
I
much
walk,
now, whenever I see you, jump into my
if
arms.
I walk into the building and you're like walking down the hallway and our eyes meet, it's like, oh, here we go.
Sometimes
you go like this.
Yeah, sometimes we walk in, I've just got lunch, I'll be holding like a sub and then, a drink, and I'll see him and he'll clock me and I'll be like, I just drop all my stuff and he'll come full into my arms.
There's that moment of truth where it's like, is he gonna set down?
We've got to start compiling all the security camera footage.
Absolutely.
You are like really lucky you went with Gavin because I would do it like 5 times and then the last time be like, nah,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
you'd be dead.
And then you'd be at the
You'd be dead
hospital.
Yeah.
I don't trust guys.
Well,
hardly
what's he
even
gonna
do it,
say?
so-
I jumped in the air at him and he didn't catch me.
Yeah.
I just be like, guy just jumped on the floor. I don't know what the
I
hell
know
he's
he's right.
doing.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
It's weird.
I think my favorite time you guys did that was when we were at Dustin's party,
Oh god.
and you just like ran
Opened
into
the door.
and
He was
ran.
there.
I had a drink in my hand. I see the door fling up and I'm like, oh shit. And he leapt over the
There was a
couch.
couch in the way and it leapt over it.
I got you though.
Yeah, you did.
Sometimes I do keel over.
Yeah. There was one where I came out of the bathroom and you were at the fridge getting water, and you just looked and you're like, God damn it. And then you got me.
So I called them out, and they totally emailed me back. Cartoon over people. It worked. So thank you, Cartoon over
Dude,
people.
the power of live internet.
Are they coming to RTX now?
We'll see. I don't know.
Dude,
We're not ready for any
negotiations
official
ending.
announcements. What happened to the honey?
It's not there anymore.
The honey's gone.
Maybe Bernie took it with him.
He's traveling. He's like, this is my road honey. Gotta take it with him.
Just as a spoon.
All right, let me read this. I'm gonna read
fire
this
it
thing.
off, guys.
Here, Brandon. I'm gonna read this. I want to remind everyone that this podcast is brought to you by Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks with more than 100,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature and featuring audio versions of many New York Times bestsellers. For our listeners, Audible is offering a free audiobook to give you a chance to try out their service. One audiobook to consider is The Godfather. For a free audiobook of your choice, go to audiblepodcast.com/roosterteeth. That's audiblepodcast.com/roosterteeth. I have personally not read The Godfather, but Brandon was talking about it nonstop as the book I should recommend this week, and about how different it was from the movie.
Brandon
talks about
talked
it a
about
lot.
that nonstop, and he's gone on. I haven't read the book either, but he's gone on about how like one of the women in the book has a giant vagina,
Yeah.
and she needs to get like vagina shrinkage surgery. And I don't see how that ties into Godfather at all, and it confused me.
Oh, and
can
also
see why
like
they cut it
one
out of
dude
the
has
movie.
A giant
I think
dick that could only satisfy.
Yeah.
her.
Right. The Brandon's like, what are you talking about? We're talking about The Godfather, and the dude with the big.
You're the one that told me
I
this.
said, read the fucking book.
I was waiting for one of you to just be like, I know that feel, bro.
Oh, but apparently I just got
No.
a text from Lindsay that Holly stole the honey.
What an
why?
absolute...
Why would you steal the honey?
Well, we'll put it back.
Yeah, put it back when
Now.
you're done with it. You're not still drinking
It's
it.
not your honey.
It's a set. It's not like I take that Xbox home and play with it.
Is she in
I
the,
do.
in the back?
She's probably out there.
Fucking drinking honey right now.
She's not coming out, so maybe she's not here.
No. Yeah.
Oh, she's in there.
Oh.
Oh?
Oh God.
We're talking
This
shit about
thing-
her. Now it's awkward.
She's dead.
Abort.
So,
Yeah, I know. I just said they emailed us. So Brandon's telling me stuff that I just talked about.
oh.
Is he listening? Is he watching this podcast? Is he on the delay? What the fuck is he watching?
He's like watching something else on the side as he's working.
Bloody Randy Newman.
There's not much of a There's not much of a delay on this podcast between what we say and what goes live. I think it's only like a 5-second delay.
Do you
I
have
don't
one of
think
those
it's that much.
buttons if something? Oh, you're right.
There's no point.
Yeah.
There's no need to.
Oh no! Like, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Yeah, what's the worst thing that what
A
could
penis.
possibly
A penis,
No.
probably. I'm saying that's probably the worst. A
But, like,
penis or a murder.
It wouldn't
is
even
probably what it
be
would
the
be.
worst. Yeah. The worst would be like if a semi came barreling through the door over there. And
That'd be awesome.
Anything
Yeah.
that happens would be awesome. If someone came in, if an assassin came in and just glacked us all with a pistol, it would be
I
pretty awesome.
know that they emailed us. I know what they said. I saw it.
Holy shit!
He's still telling you?
He's still talking.
Brandon,
He's still talking about it. I fucking said that.
We should just mute his feed, and he could just cut to the cameras where people are.
yeah.
You know, we have that studio camera set up so we can spy on them, but we never ever
Well,
cut
if he
to
wants
it.
to
Is that what it's
cut to
for?
himself,
Spying?
Yeah, I'm gonna spy on them right now.
All right,
or
Gus
like
is
instead
playing
of
with a
watching our
controller.
feed.
So we can see them even if we don't have that feed going out to the internet. Perfect. Thank you, Brandon.
And Holly is totally just sat right there.
Slipping
hanging
me
out.
out. Holly's
Fucking
there.
Holly, where's our honey?
Eating honey.
Give us our honey back.
No,
Stop laughing.
She's not gonna do it. All right, fuck them. We're the stars. Oh shit, I fucked up that too. I thought I had that taped over.
Well, you did.
Okay, there.
Oh, well,
Technology.
Oh shit. Things are fucked over.
So
here, folks.
currently, Gus has just fucked everything and is now just changing all the TV channels.
No, that's them. That's the live stream.
Oh, he cut to them.
Oh, we're
Okay.
on them.
I was really confused.
Brandon didn't get the memo to
Is he
cut
gonna
back.
fucking give you sign language? What's he doing?
is he gonna talk?
He is. That's what he's doing.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, we can hear you. What?
Look, people are yelling at me to tell you shit. I'm just doing what I'm told.
Who is telling you what to do?
Lindsay?
Oh,
And
you're watching the damn thing, Alan.
You're right here.
Okay.
Yeah, Alan first.
God.
All right.
So I had one of the best dreams of my life the other night. I was really tired, and I got home from work.
We're taking alpha brain because I can segue that real easy.
No, go for it.
No, go ahead.
Feel free to.
Wasn't on Alpha Brain, but I got home from work and it was 6 p.m. and I fell asleep and I slept all through the night. And I woke up at 4 to take a piss, and those hours after I took a piss, I had lucid dreams, man.
Really?
Every dream I was totally aware of it. There was one dream where I didn't see anything that made me figure out it was a dream. I just knew. And I was walking down the street and I was like, my brain is just generating this street right now. This isn't anywhere. My brain is making this happen. And I was like, I wonder if I could generate my own street. And all of a sudden I saw my house. I'm just walking down the street and my house is there. I'm like, I'm gonna generate my backyard now. So I went around there and it like made it all. I was like, this is wicked. And I found out that I could trick it by moving too fast. Like if I wanted to if I wanted to look the other way, my brain would quickly have to come up with something. But it wouldn't make anything in my view. So say I like whip my head over here, it'd be like a flat piece of ground with nothing on it. But then if I like put a wall in between me and the thing, and then look back around, it would have changed. I was like, what is my brain doing?
It's like a video game.
So yeah, it was like
Minecraft is what you're
Minecraft,
saying.
except it would only generate when I couldn't see it generating. So I could like do it, I could trick my brain into doing it. And then when I woke up, I realized that it wasn't my house at all. It was like,
You thought it was your
yeah, I
house?
thought it was my house in the dream. So like I knew it was a dream, but all the facts were wrong. But it was kind of weird. I was like, trying
So
to
it's
trip
pretty
myself
similar
up.
to real life for you.
I
I was
don't know.
walking in random houses.
I don't know what day that was.
I was
This is my
equally
house.
confused.
I don't know what day that was, but like, oh god,
Is that fire alarm?
I think
There's an alarm
it's
going on.
alarm probably
neighbors are
in
getting
one of the next buildings. So someone's being robbed right now.
Speaking of the worst possible things that can be shown.
Yeah. The other thing was like I don't know what day that was, but like you came in and like you said you went home, you went to sleep at 6 o'clock, and you essentially slept all night. You got up, took a piss, went back to bed. You came into work the next day, and all Gavin was talking about was how tired he was. He's like, I am knackered.
Yeah, I'm just like-
I'm exhausted from how many dreams I had.
Well, it's because every dream was like a 2-hour adventure, and I had like 18 dreams.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
seriously
You
was
had
like
36 hours of
He was
adventure.
like,
Yeah.
he was like, I had 26 dreams.
Yeah, I was like,
it was a number like that. That's what he said to me.
I stormed the castle, I fought the dragon, I rescued like 9 princesses.
So
all that
you have a
stuff.
lucid
Saw a house
dream
that
and
was
that's what you
house.
dream about?
No, that wasn't one of the lucid ones. That was one of the others. But I just woke up like, I could write a book on my adventures that night.
Is that like a British thing? Like you're a knight? Like storming
I
out
don't know, that was
of
just-
I don't think I've ever had a dream about a fucking castle or killing a dragon. I'm a D&D, I'm a Dungeons and Dragons nerd. I've never dreamt about killing a dragon.
Even with all the Game of Thrones you've been watching?
No.
Have you ever been a hero in your dreams? Or you just like...
maybe
Just Gus.
I'm much more imagining Gus would be like, stupid kid, and like kick a baby.
getting away with stuff.
Do you just dream about like watching TV and stuff? Or just like...
No, that'd be sweet.
He's
That'd be sweet if like you could actually watch shit that came out.
Yeah, I remember
It's
now.
like-
I did when I first started taking the Alpha Brain. I had that dream about Far Cry 3, about being like the protagonist of Far Cry 3. Speaking of which, what's that thing that's coming out? I see people keep talking about it.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon. What is that?
It's like, I believe Ray knows way more about it because he's like on top of
Bean
it.
in it, isn't it?
What's that? Oh yeah. One of the like 80s action heroes. I don't know what his name is exactly. I think it's an Xbox Live Arcade game. And it's essentially like they're using the Far Cry 3 engine, but it has nothing to do with Far Cry 3. It's essentially like an over-the-top, ridiculous 80s action movie in a game. Wow. And they're using the Far Cry 3 engine. So it's like there's like dinosaurs and shit, it's and like everything's all like neon and like fucking insane. Like it looks like a lot of fun.
I want to play that.
And essentially they just like as far as I'm aware, it has nothing to do with Far Cry 3 at all. They just called it Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
I would much rather play that than Far Cry.
It looks awesome. It looks really, really cool. And a lot of people I guess thought it was an April Fool's joke because I think they announced it on April 1st. But it looks really cool. Ray and Jeff are really excited about it.
I played the shit out of Far Cry 3. I don't think I played any of the DLC though. Like I felt like, I don't know how they incorporated the DLC, but I felt like I had achieved everything on the island. Like I'd unlocked everything, I'd seen everything. It was like, what can possibly be added in at this point to go back? And like nothing was a challenge anymore. Because I had like all the skills unlocked. And it was a really fun game I spent a lot of time with, and I haven't revisited.
Did you get Battle Block Theater?
No, I didn't.
It's a really fucking fun game.
Is it?
It is fun as shit.
I felt like that's like a game. There's Holly with the honey. It's about time. Where the fuck was it?
Yeah, it took that long to get from the next room.
Was she the one who set off the alarm? Did you set off the alarm? Seriously?
How the fuck did you manage that?
What alarm? The one at the studio?
The one that was just going off.
We can hear the alarm from the studio all the way over here?
It's loud.
You know, it does do that.
I like how she's being quiet.
Really
Why the hell was the alarm set?
Get on the green screen.
Go over there.
Yeah, what the fuck? Did you run up to like a sprinkler and get a lighter?
Or did you go get an adult and ask him for help?
No, it was the like alarm that you set off if you open the door and the alarm's on.
It sounded like the actual alarm.
That's the one where
I thought that was so far away.
Ear piercing.
that we couldn't
No,
hear
it's
from
loud
you.
as fuck. No, there's sirens on the outside.
Yeah, but still, we're really far.
We're not really far.
Yeah, we're pretty far.
What's up,
Holly?
sirens on the outside of the building?
Hey. Yeah, I ran to go get the honey, and I guess no one's over there. And the alarm went off. I didn't know the code. And so Kara came and turned off the alarm.
It's 6969. How much of that honey did you drink? What is?
You didn't drink
I
honey.
drank honey, and I'm not the only one who was using it. We were out of honey over there last week. It was raining, and Jen told me to come over here and get the podcast.
Who? Name names.
Jen.
She's just a
No,
Jen.
who else was eating the honey?
I don't know. I don't monitor it.
All right, well, you said there was other people.
This is my query. If there was no honey and I had to go like to another building to get honey, I just wouldn't have honey. Like, who needs honey that much?
What do you put honey in?
tea.
Oh, tea. Okay,
That's
gotcha.
about it.
All right, bring that shit over here.
I don't think anybody was cooking. Bring that
How
shit
do you
over
cook
here.
with honey?
Yeah. I don't know.
Put it up there.
I imagine that's
Back
what
where
it's
it
for.
goes.
What else do you use it for?
It's like it's worthless for set dressing now. It's like totally empty and sad.
Woo! Empty honey bottle.
Thank you, Holly.
Dude, zoom in on the honey.
So much better
I
now.
hope did the cops show up?
Yeah. Oh, they'll be here.
Yeah,
To
God.
be
probably
fair,
follow
down the
soon.
street.
they won't be here.
They're like the police station's literally like 2 buildings down.
It's like 50 feet away.
Honey.
They just they looked out the window and they're like, nah, they're fine.
Yeah. I think our well, I won't get into the security over there. Never mind.
When
Security.
when we
Have
worked
to break into.
when we worked downtown in the old downtown office a few years ago when I was around. I went there one weekend because I was working on Red vs. Blue and I needed to get some work done over the weekend. Get off me! And I knew the code, but I messed it up, and I think I didn't know how to because you know when you make the wrong code, you have to press a button to do it again.
reset it,
And I didn't know that bit, so I was like, well, I've messed up the code, and the thing was like going, beep, 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 and it was getting longer. I was like, the alarm's good. I was looking around for where the actual thing was, and it was like right above, because it was right above the thing, wasn't it? So I was looking up, and the beeping was getting loud. I was like, uh-oh, and it just went, and it's like ear-piercingly loud, and like within 2 minutes there were armed cops at the door. I was like, I'm some dude from England. I'm just hanging out.
My first day.
They just didn't care. They were like, you know the code? I was like, yeah. And I put it in. They're like, all right, see you later.
That's funny.
It was really scary though.
So I have a question for you guys. Sorry to change the subject completely. If you're texting a girl that you're interested in and she doesn't respond, how many texts will it take that you send her with no response
None.
until you get the idea that
Which
she's
girl
not
did you
interested.
text? Who didn't respond to you?
Yeah.
No, someone's texting me,
If I
and
send,
I'm not responding.
You should respond with "I'm not interested."
you will never see 2 of my bubbles in a row. Like if I say something and they don't respond,
I
I
thought
won't
that
go for
was
it
like
again.
typical.
Yeah. I think that is-
37.
37
I'm gonna look here, see if I have 2 bubbles in a row. Gavin, we don't text very often.
You definitely sent 2 bubbles in a row. I'll give you like it might be 2 separate conversations.
No,
but
I'm
to
not
say the
talking
fact
about. I'm
that,
talking
like,
about with a girl, like not just like casual text. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
a girl texting. Like every text is like a thing.
Yeah.
right.
I wouldn't ever do 2.
That's
in a row.
usually
You've
what
got
you
3
send
bubbles
me.
in a row right here, my friend.
What
Yeah.
I
Usually
like.
like, how you doing, baby girl?
God, I sent you that. I was drunk.
What's up?
My eyes are green. Love walks on the beach. Prefer cats over dogs.
Yeah, figured.
And I sent you this.
Oh, dude, what was that? I don't remember that.
What'd you send him?
I was really drunk
What
on
was
my
the
birthday.
picture
Sent me a picture of blue balls.
Yeah. It was gross.
But yeah,
I have
like,
2 text messages.
So how many in a row do you have from a dude?
There's this one guy who I met who I told straight up, I'm like, hey, just so you know, I'm involved with someone, so don't get your hopes up. Kind of.
Does he watch the podcast?
Hopefully not.
Fuck you, guy. Get the fuck out of here.
me
How's
see.
that?
Get the
It's
fucking
done.
hint,
Fucking
asshole.
beat it.
He has texted me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times
Oh my
without
god.
me responding.
I think that
What is the time
warrants
since-
warrants
Yeah,
a
what's the time
response from
span
you.
there?
Let's see. Since April 13th.
So over 9 days, 6 texts.
So what was the interaction with this dude? Like, where'd you was it at a party or was it like just you and him?
Was he
or,
still
like,
at the side of the road?
Where
with
did
his
you
knob out?
meet him? Yeah.
I met him downtown and then again at Woodrow's. You
Okay.
actually, I think, were there when I was talking to him.
Who was it?
Oh yeah. Okay, I was.
It's just some random guy.
was a
who
guy.
I had seen before, and then we bumped into each other again.
Bump.
No, I think that's yeah. Bumped into each other in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I think by that point you should be getting the hint.
Yeah.
Or you should say,
Plus,
stop texting him.
That dude was there with a lady.
I don't.
Why'd you give him your number then?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
silly. That was straight up
So,
silly.
Jordan, you're like a smooth creature. Do you actually go for girls, or do you let the girls come to you? Like, would you text a girl, like, to start a conversation?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you make effort?
Yeah, you got
What are
it.
you doing? To
They're
depend
not-
on a girl to make a conversation?
Yeah,
Come on. I don't want to hear about girl stuff.
I will say, I was at
You make
Woodrow's.
the topic about what you
perioding
what
the
you
other
want.
day.
I was at Woodrow's with Barbara, and I oh wait, hang on.
Andrew.
Interesting. I remember that, and like Lindsay and I were there, and it was just Barbara, so it was just the 3 of us. And she went to the bathroom, and on her way back, like she stopped and was talking to a dude, and like Lindsay and I were watching, and it was probably like 5 minutes, maybe you're talking
Yeah.
like a few minutes, and we were like, oh man, like Barbara's totally fucking trapped, and I was like, should we save her or whatever? Like I was tempted to like text her, you know, or some shit like that, or just call her, and she's like,
gotta
oh, I gotta go. But like, she said that she knew the guy, and she's like, oh, I know the guy from so and so. I met him before, or whatever. So I was like, oh, it's cool, whatever. But apparently that was a mistake
Yeah.
because now I got the wrong idea. But he was there with a chick, so it was like, oh, but maybe it was his sister.
Should have given him the wrong number.
I was at a party once with Gavin.
Also,
So
I
I switched 2 numbers.
I
on my
will
phone
say
number.
after like, when did you say you started sending it? Like April what?
Well, he was
9th
texting me
or something?
earlier. I stopped responding April 13th.
Okay, so that was over a week ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
He hasn't gotten the hint yet, but I think like after a week you can be like, relax, bro. You know, it's just like, and do you just like after a week do you ignore them forever?
No, yeah, you
Or
gotta.
do you gotta say something? Really?
You gotta say. At what point do you
I could
say
see-
something?
I
Is it
could
the
see-
week?
What do I say?
Well, I could see like if you got 6 in a day, then it'd be like, relax, bro, chill the fuck out. But like she
Yeah.
got 1, it's like, oh, maybe I'll get the hint, I'll ignore it. But it sounds like that. I mean, that's almost a week ago. He's pretty much saying, has it been like 1 a day, or is it like?
It's like one
Every
every
other-
2 days.
It's a weird.
When was
show.
that? When was the last one?
Was it right
Just
now?
yeah.
Oh.
That's what made me bring it
All
up.
right. Probably he should like put the brakes on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Should I
might-
say,
he might murder
I'm
you.
sorry. Yeah.
You're gonna come across like a dick either way.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
I know.
Yeah.
Just tell him to watch this
Come across
podcast.
like a dick and be
I know.
done
I'm
with
saying
it.
it. You can't help it.
Be an asshole.
Tell
Embrace
him to
it.
watch the podcast.
Gavin,
Remember.
Yeah, what's his username? Tell him to sign up for an account. We'll give him a free sponsorship so you can break up with him here on the live.
every day I struggle.
Sorry,
Like,
Barbie lover
just people
6969.
talking about me. But I don't know.
No, that's my username, Gus.
That's Jordan's first account.
Here, let me read this thing. I want to remind everyone that this podcast is brought to you by Onnit and their flagship product, Alpha Brain. If you go to onnit.com/gaming, you can use promo code Rooster at checkout to get up to 10% off of your order. Alpha Brain, of course, is their nootropic. It's fully balanced. It has a lot of things that it does, but the thing I'm most interested in that I use it for is a heightened dream state, like you were talking about.
Hey.
And it gives some people lucid dreams. I've been taking it for quite a while. I love the stuff. So if you're interested, you should check it out at onnit.com/gaming. Again, use promo code Rooster for 10% off of Alpha Brain.
Do you ever just bosh an entire
No,
thing?
I've heard that
Will
that's
that
not
kill
good
you?
for you. No,
Wait. Eating all the pills at once isn't good for you.
No, well, it's got a lot of vitamin B in it as well. And I know someone emailed me, like when we first started doing the Alpha Brain spots, he's like, you really should tell people not to make sure they don't take more than 4 in a 24-hour period. And I'm like, why would I?
Read the damn
it says
bottle.
on the damn box to only take 2. He's like, it has way too much vitamin B and like I had muscle cramping. I was like, well, you're a fucking moron. You took like triple.
Oh, gosh, that guy might be watching.
Yeah, you're stupid if you're watching.
Fucking idiot.
That guy's like, well,
It's like it's the
Gus said I
simplest
couldn't.
instructions in the world. It's like
So
2
times has he
capsules.
on the subject of On It, is there anything that you're gonna take to get your pump on, like when you work out? Is there like
Yeah.
a like
They
a
do
pump?
have some stuff.
They
Right?
have God, what's it called? It's
Strong bone or something.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So New Mood is their
Strong
relaxing
bone,
one.
calcium
No, Strong
plus.
Bones for bone density. There is one for working out. It's like Immune Tech and something else.
Immune
But yes.
tech.
Immune Tech. Yes, there is one for working out. I don't remember what it's
Are you
called.
gonna- are you gonna try
because
that?
I've never worked out in my life.
But are you gonna use it? Are you gonna give it a whirl?
That's a
you
good
should
point.
do that, Gus.
I should check it out.
I'm trying to like just Yes.
Today when we went when I went to the
Synergy.
gym for the bod pod thing was the first time I'd ever been in a gym in my life.
I've been
What?
I've been there like twice. I've been.
I
to
don't
the
think
gym
I've been
in
to
my
a
The
life
gym.
as
first time
well.
you've ever been to a gym in your life?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how
Was it the
how
first
far
time
behind I am in
Do
this
you think you're
workout
going to start
thing.
going to a gym for
No,
this whole
fuck no.
challenge?
No,
What are
fuck
you going to
gyms,
do to work
dude.
out
Fuck
then?
gyms.
You know those things?
Sex.
What do people do? Yeah, I'll start
Lots and lots of sex.
jacking off a lot.
Well, it's not really the same thing as sex.
What
I
if
don't
I
think.
move? Like I don't move my hand, I move my whole body. It's like the same thing, right?
I really hope there's a GIF made of that.
So you know those things that you can put on all your muscles and it does all that stuff.
What is that?
Makes me take a
Yeah,
shit.
it's almost like electro
Yeah.
shock, and it basically like
Now-
it zaps you and like
It makes them-
flexes
yeah.
your muscles and make you work
That
out.
doesn't do anything. That does it? Does it actually help you get toned?
Fuck if I know. I mean, the infomercials say it does, so I doubt it's true.
So could I just sit there playing video games, eating
No.
just getting shocked.
crap, just
Probably
electrocuting
not.
myself?
No, that's all bullshit.
Barbara says no.
Although you're not going to say electrocuted yourself because that means dying, doesn't it?
No, you can electrocute yourself and not die.
I don't think you can. I think electrocution is death.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like saying
It's
you
pretty
drown.
severe.
Drowning means you die.
I will say that.
So-
I
so
don't know
what
the
do you do? You
technical
shock
term.
yourself
Shocked.
then?
It's usually
Okay.
shocked.
So could you set up like some kind of system where like if you're playing a video game and if you die, every time you die you get shocked? Like that's your
Yeah,
workout?
that would be awesome.
So it's like
Not
one,
die.
it makes you better at the game, and 2, you're working out at the same time?
What is you really working out?
What a great infomercial.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be in cover the whole time during that game. You don't die.
You'd be terrified.
You'd never dive out of a car in GTA. You'd always slowly pull up and then get out properly. On the
You'd
side
break all
of
the
road.
traffic
Somebody
laws.
would come over and be like, "You still on the second level? Yeah, in like 2 weeks."
Yeah, dude, I died on level 1 and I'm still recovering from it.
I looked over that wall once. Fuck that. Not looking over there again.
All right, so Jordan.
Gavin.
All right.
Uh-oh.
In
I
it?
feel like a really
I don't like where this
like
is going
honest
already.
question
I just
coming up.
I'm just interested in how, like, what your technique is with the ladies.
I don't know.
I feel like
does that
honestly,
mean,
This
like-
does all the work for me.
You mean
Does it actually? I feel like I have a lot to learn
yeah,
from you.
I'm with Barbara. To like sexing the ladies, you mean picking ladies up?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
which
the initial
the initial
Picking
thing.
up-
getting them to be interested in your genitals.
They're probably like they've already got to be interested, and then you just like smooze them and flirt with them, and then
Smooze 'em.
and then
I think he said smooth.
then they
That's-
invite you
smooth.
over to their place, and you do the fun stuff.
That's schmooze right.
This is the Jordan Cwierz technique, ladies
That's
and
how it's
gentlemen.
done.
schmooze and
So you basically, this is your opener. Like you dress well and look good, and
just
that
go
is
up to
the
him and go.
equivalent of you going, "Hey, baby."
Dude,
He's just a charming fella.
here's my opener, baby.
Are you into this? Let's find out.
Yeah, right?
It must suck being a dude.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah. And having to like
It's-
have that pressure on you to pick up girls.
Dude, it's
It's worse being
nerve-wracking.
old.
That's why I have to drink.
That's why
And
I.
especially when you text a girl 6 times over 9 days and she doesn't reply. It's the worst.
Yeah, that's why I never did it, and I was just like, whatever. I was set to live like single my entire life, because like my whole thing was like, my old job, like I worked for a guy who was single, like in his 40s, and he had like the perfect like bachelor pad and everything, and like he had nephews who were like teenagers and stuff, so that was kind of like his outlet for like kids. Like he didn't want kids or anything like that, and I was just like, I am gonna be you. We're like. It wasn't at all like, oh, I'm lonely. It was like, this is awesome. I'm all by myself. You know, like I don't have to do anything like that anybody tells me or whatever. And that's what I got when I moved here and I had my own apartment. I'm like, oh, this is great. You know, blah, 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 blah. And then I just met Lindsay, and it's pretty much like she latched on to that. And I was like, all right, this will work.
Well, like a leech.
No, not like a leech. More like she jumped
Eating off of a shark.
She jumped into that mindset of just like, oh. So it's like I live with someone, but it's like the perfect relationship where it's like I feel like I don't live with anybody. It's just like hanging out with a buddy like all the time.
That's how it should be.
And then you fuck every now and then.
And then we fuck a lot. What?
Isn't Carrie going to move into the apartment above you guys?
What?
Kara's gonna be your neighbor.
Dude, I'm not disclosing where Carrie lives, okay, Barbara? It's a little inappropriate for the podcast.
Oh, my bad.
Just saying.
So we went and looked at obviously we're gonna be moving studios soon.
What?
We've outgrown this one, and we went and looked at one a few days ago, and Monty went and looked at it. And he was so in love with it that he went to the nearest apartment complex and got like a stack of brochures and brought them back for everyone at the office.
Yeah, because he went so 2 feet from the
So I live close to the office, right? And Monty, same thing. Like he like I said, he got the stack of brochures and he had them on the table, and he kept telling us like, oh, you know, we're gonna check out the new building, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna hit you in the face. He's like, oh, when's your lease up? And I'm just like, oh, I just like got a new lease, you know, and I just renewed it like not too long ago. And he's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, Monty, I can make the 10-minute drive. It was just like, the mindset was like, no, you have to move.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta break your lease.
The thing with Ray's shit out of luck, because Ray has to be like within walking distance to the building, because he doesn't drive and he doesn't ride a bike. So he's like,
he doesn't ride a bike?
Nope, he does not know how. Does not know how to ride a bike.
So there should be an RT live.
Nope.
We gotta teach Ray how to ride a bike.
This is ride a bike. He does not know how to ride a bike.
This is RT live.
I don't know if he doesn't know how to swim. I know he never, ever goes swimming.
So that's why he just sits on the side of the pool when we go swimmies.
Yes, but he's only done that like twice. Like Ray's come to the pool with us like 2 times out of the 5,000 times we went to the pool, and both times he just sat in the lawn chair and fully clothed with like jeans and a t-shirt, not even like a bathing suit, just like texting the whole time like, so I'll hang out. it's like so I don't know if he can't swim or not, but I don't think I think he can, because you know he's been open about it. Like, oh, I can't ride a bike, I can't drive a car. But he's like shitting himself over where the new building is, because if it's not within walking distance, he's boned. He needs to ride every day.
He has to live in the same apartment complex as someone else who works here.
With a car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
You're fine.
You're
Do you guys
fine.
see
On
Ray's
that front.
haircut?
Yeah, I was going to say, before we get too far off the Ray topic.
Oh my God.
We need to discuss his haircut.
His haircut is like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Apparently he falls asleep when he gets his haircut.
And he said that's a normal thing. He's like, yeah, I fall asleep all the time.
I've never heard about that.
I've never done that once.
I've wanted to fall asleep before.
Does anybody fall asleep in a haircut?
Who does that?
I will say, especially like maybe sometimes you'll go in a little
get
fucked
sleepy.
up, or maybe you're drunk, or whatever.
It's
Ray
certainly
wasn't.
boring.
He was Ray.
It merits
So,
sleep
like,
because it's boring.
He
but
tweeted that it was a terrible haircut. I didn't believe it. I was like, whatever. I didn't even click at the picture.
Yeah.
And then my wife was like, oh my God. Did you see Ray's haircut?
That's what happened when I
it was
came to
bad.
Jeff's house. And I was like, to these guys, I was like, did you guys see Ray's haircut?
All right,
Both
so-
of you were like, no.
His head looks like if you shaved your beard, then licked the top of your thumb and put it in your shavings, and then put your thumb back
That's
up.
what I was saying. He looks like a thumb with hair on
A
it.
thumb with a haircut.
It's pretty awful. It's pretty awful. He should either start. There's a picture of it. It's pretty awful.
It's like
He should either start wearing a hat now, or just get it buzzed.
I like how they had that ready to go.
He should just get it shaved off. But you know what? He looks like a Saints Row 3 character. that was like my dude in Saints Row 3.
Ray posted the journal about it, and then that got linked on the Rooster Teeth subreddit, obviously. And like a bunch of people were like, "Oh, it's not that bad." Anyone who says not that bad, you're a fucking
bad.
idiot. You're full of shit. You're an idiot.
I didn't think it was that
It's
bad
awful.
until I saw him.
No,
this
it's
morning
fucking
in person.
awful, and that's why Ray made a journal entry about it, because it's like Ray isn't the most, like he's not like the insecure person ever. He doesn't give a fuck. But even Ray was like, "I'm gonna throw it out there first before anybody sees it. This is fucking awful."
Yeah, and when
So
people say they have a bad haircut, you're just like,
people,
how bad could it be?
right? People saying it's not that bad, it's fucking bad. But also people are like, "Oh, you can just gel it up," and that Ray is never gonna do anything to his hair. I will tell you that right now. That guy will not take the time to buy a bottle of fucking gel to put it in his hair.
He has good hair though. He has solid hair.
He's got solid hair, but I'm saying he's not going to. Has Ray ever done anything with his hair?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. He wakes up, he takes a shower, he comes to work, and his hair is the way it is.
Wears the
And he
same
doesn't
fucking
give a
shorts
fuck.
every day.
Wears the same shorts every day. But
The thing is,
he doesn't give a fuck.
I think everyone thought I was a little bit brain damaged this morning. We had the Monday meeting where everyone in the company huddles around and we all talk about stuff. And whenever I locked eyes with Ray, I would just burst out laughing, like in the middle of like a serious conversation. I just couldn't look at him. He looks ridiculous. He looks
pretty shit.
ridiculous.
How are you feeling?
Right now?
You were pretty hungover earlier.
No, yeah, I'm good.
You good now?
Yeah, I mean, hair of the dog and all that.
Yeah.
Gavin, so here's another thing. Let's throw that out there as far as like an English American thing. So I don't have my work email connected to anything outside of work. So I just check it on like Monday through Friday. So I came in this morning and I was going through my emails and I had the email from you saying like, hey, do you want to be on the podcast? And I looked at the list and it was obviously the four of us. So I look at Gavin and I was like, oh, hey, did you see the podcast lineup? And he's like, yeah, I can't be bothered with the podcast. I was like, what does that mean? What do you mean can't be bothered? And he's like, oh, I'm just too tired. I'm just too tired. Like I'm really hungover. I'm too tired. I can't do it. And he's like, I'm too bothered. It's a bother.
But you take that to mean a different thing.
No, I don't take that to mean a different thing. I take that to mean exactly what it means. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I just didn't reply. And then during that said meeting, that's when you said, someone was like, who's the lineup for the podcast? And you're like, oh, it's Barbara, Jordan, Gus, Gavin, and Michael hasn't replied yet. And I was like, oh, I'll do it. And I said to Gavin later, I was like, you said you couldn't be bothered with it. And he's like, yeah, but I'm going to do it. And I was like, wait, what? That doesn't mean I'm not doing it. That's absolutely what it means.
That's what it means. I can't be bothered with it.
That's absolutely what it means.
I'm too busy. I'm too important for that.
He's like, can't be bothered with it means like, I don't want to do it, but I will do it. I'm like, that's absolutely not what it means.
No,
that's not what it means
the
at all.
way I mean it is like, man, I want to go to bed. Oh.
Right, but that's not what you said. You said I can't be bothered with it.
That's what that means.
I can't be bothered with it means no, I don't have the time, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
That's the absolute definition for it.
Yeah, but
period.
If I didn't do all the things that I can't be bothered to do, I wouldn't even bother getting up.
That doesn't make any sense.
Every morning,
your
whole life
sense.
is just
you're just saying words that don't make sense. I can't be bothered with it.
Every morning I can't be bothered to get up.
But you can
get up.
But that means you can be bothered with it
using
because
the
you've done
definition
it.
wrong.
Asshole, you're saying it wrong. I can't be bothered with means something
So-
you're not going to do at all.
But you can't be bothered with the fit challenge. That's
And then
what
you don't do
can't
it,
be
and
bothered
that's
with.
it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some stuff doesn't happen, does it? Yeah.
Yes, some stuff doesn't
You're
happen.
fucking
Very
good,
astute.
Gavin. I hate the
So
light
this
that.
afternoon, Gavin came up to me, and he threw a chocolate gold coin at my dick, and was like, "Let's not do the podcast today."
Yeah, I was like, sack it off. Let's not do it. And then I had 7
How'd
Red
that go?
Bulls, and now I
Did
feel
you guys
great.
do it?
Yeah, we're doing it right now. We can't be bothered with
Can't be
it.
bothered to do
We
it.
can't be bothered. I'm extremely bothered. But
Alright, so what
here I am.
terminology would you use? It's like, there's a thing tonight, but I don't feel like doing it.
I don't feel like
I
doing it.
don't feel like doing
But
it.
that means you're not going to do it.
But that to me means more that
That's
I'm
not.
not going to do it.
No, that doesn't.
I don't feel like it is my commitment to
what
not
you're,
doing it.
What you're trying to convey is like, I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, there you go.
But
I am
you're-
looking forward to it. I was not looking forward to it. I was like,
You can't be bothered.
What are you talking about?
Speaking in paradoxes.
Dude, I hope it's like people are ready to turn down my microphone because I'm about to freak out. Like, it doesn't make any sense what you're fucking saying. It makes no sense.
Even Catholic is confused.
You don't want to be bothered with it. No, even that's too much. No.
just
that guy's-
bothered, being bothered by it.
No, just like,
not
man,
bothered
podcast
by
night's
it
gonna be a
if you
pain in the
enjoy
ass.
it.
Look, no. I'm always excited to do the podcast, but I'm hungover and tired.
Right, so like I
Whose
just
fault
said,
is
that'd
that?
be like, oh man, podcast night's gonna be rough, Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be, and here's why, but I'm gonna do it. It's like, he literally went, nah, I can't be bothered with that.
So what? You picture me just being like, nah, and just like not doing it.
Yeah.
yes!
Really?
Yeah.
Yes!
Where would I?
One time I forgot
If
to
you're
email you about the
busy or something.
podcast, and you took off.
Well, you didn't tell me I was on it.
Yeah,
so
same thing. I was like, oh, well, I thought it was assumed, but okay.
Why would I assume?
I don't know.
Because you're
no.
a permanent cast.
The reason is that this is actually, I did this for your sake. I didn't want
boy,
to
this is
make
for
you
you.
uncomfortable by saying, so am I on the podcast? And then if I
And then you're
you
saying
would have
no.
to say,
That's true.
oh, no,
I do
dude."
I do
Yeah, so I was
appreciate
just
that.
like, I guess I'm not on it. And I just shut off and just went.
I do appreciate that. I didn't realize I hadn't emailed anyone until like 5 that day, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Yeah,
And I went
whenever-
out, you were gone.
Yeah,
Whenever you
It
send
It was like
emails,
5:01 and you were gone.
whenever you send emails after 5, I will never reply until Monday.
I think that was the
Like on
podcast where
Friday.
it was me, Miles, and Monty. Mm-hmm. When Gavin was supposed to be on there.
My bad. I missed that one.
Could be bothered.
Yeah, it was like now that we do the podcast Monday evening, I always forget to set a cast until like Sunday. I'm like, oh shit, and then like a lot of people like you, like they don't check email till they come to work. So it's a pain in the ass.
Fortunately, it's not really something you have to like get mentally prepared for. It's like, all right, I'm gonna stay late and get drunk.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
So, Lindsay, if you could take over booking everyone, that'd be great. Thanks. That's done. Great. I never have to worry about it again.
I would check my emails at home if Jack didn't ruin my email address. I get so much spam and people sending me songs and stuff that it uses up all my data plan if I have email on my phone.
What about your laptop?
I mean,
What about Wi-Fi? If you have your phone at home, you're on Wi-Fi.
I mean,
I'm rarely on my laptop at the weekend.
Yeah, but on the
To be
weekends,
fair,
I'll be
Gus.
at home within Wi-Fi range.
Gus, that would be a viable course of action.
I mean,
fair.
Yeah, but there's a lot of time where I'm not in Wi-Fi and I'm just using up my, if every email's 12 megs, I'm going to use it up really quickly.
Okay.
There you go.
But on Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter.
I know, but I'm not always on Wi-Fi.
But most of the time you are.
I'm not when I'm away. I'm not.
Yeah,
at home
but you
the
said
whole
you
weekend.
can't check it all the
I'm not
time.
sat there with my thumb up my arse.
Occasionally
Yes,
you
you
are.
are.
When you sleep, download all the email.
I don't want the email either. I don't care.
What did
You
Jack do?
can't be bothered.
Jack said, I don't want to say it because people are gonna damn do it again.
Okay, never mind.
It was what the hell was it?
Nah.
It was like a Mega 64
He
thing?
basically broke my email. Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
thing where like Mega 64, I think this is what you're talking about, said Jack's email, like in a video, to fuck him over and like flood his email. And then Jack took all that, made a video out of it. But then that one line, he dubbed over him saying Gavin's email and then put it in there.
Yeah.
And fucked his email up the butthole ever since.
So like everyone signed me up for every mailing list ever, which is okay.
Yeah.
But in the video
great.
they say, oh, and email 3 of your favorite songs. So now I get 3 songs with every email.
But you still get it.
Last
No,
month,
songs
you
could
know-
replace that Chemical
Can I
Brothers
offer a
song.
suggestion?
Yeah,
We can change your email address.
I would love that because then I could use email again.
dude, he's figuring it out right
So
now. We're coming
send your
together.
3 favorite songs to Gavino at roosterteeth.com.
Doesn't actually work.
No, I don't know. We'll change it. We'll change it to something else.
Did you use your
Butt
full
lover
name for your email?
123 at roosterteeth.com.
No?
What?
I said, did you use your full name for your email at Gavino?
Why are we talking about my damn email? I'm really
Your
nervous.
full
now.
name is in Gavino. Like, not Gavin.
No? No
is
comment?
Gavin
All right,
short
move
for?
on.
He doesn't want to talk about
He
it.
doesn't want to talk about it. He gets nervous.
He gets all clammy.
Yeah.
Gavin loves asking other people questions and wants them to answer it.
What's your tactic with the ladies? What do you do to?
Oh, it's coming back at me. Well, I'm like,
Step 1, get as drunk as possible.
Yeah, well, I feel
That's
like
Gavin.
everyone already knows this because I'm just terrified of all the girls and that. Is that I just have to get really like okay. This
And
is
you
what I
do.
do.
You're not afraid
You're
of like.
great at it.
This is it's a 2-step program.
Process.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You can't be bothered.
Step 1, get really drunk and ask the girl out. Usually by text or Facebook.
So
I'll be
you
like,
say, like,
You're
yeah,
a
love-
least,
bitch. By text
No,
or Facebook.
no, like in
So I'll be
person
like-
contact.
I'll be like, hey, you and me, let's go for some bevs. And I'll be like, yeah, let's go for some bevs. Job done. Then I'll sober up, and wait a few days, then we'll go out, and then I'll get really drunk
But
again.
they said yes. That means they're interested.
You're
Why
not
do you have
worried
to
about,
get
like-
drunk?
What am I going to do? Sit there quietly and talk to them and then not do anything? That's exactly what I'm going to
That's
do.
how you get talk to
Sit there
them.
quietly and talk to them?
Yeah.
Sounds like a date.
Yeah, but then,
Gavin can't be.
What am I
Can't
gonna
be
do, go on
bothered
a
to be
date
himself.
with a girl?
Oh, you gotta feed the bitch.
it gets to the point where, all right, it gets to, no, especially now that we're older and stuff,
Talk to
and we're
them.
not like 16.
we older?
Yeah, it gets to the point where a girl just wants to have a move made on her, right?
Does she?
Yeah,
Barbara,
Move on me.
confirm.
Yeah.
On the first date?
yeah. So you expect a guy eventually to make a move. I'll be
Well,
like,
I'll make the move.
On the
Oh,
first
shit.
date, though, do you expect the guy to make a move?
Role reversal.
It depends what you mean by move.
Kiss.
like make out,
Make out.
lean
Okay.
in, have a little bit of.
No, I don't expect to make out with a guy on the first date.
All right, well, whatever. I mean,
Just full penetration.
Wow.
anyway,
Love me, but don't kiss me.
No eye contact.
the fear of rejection is
Face down.
the fear of rejection is so strong when I'm sober that I would never make a move.
You're a
I
baby.
have to have like 6 drinks before I
Gavin,
would do it.
stop worrying.
And you get drunk
You're
at 2.
fine.
That sounds like. I don't
Seriously,
know. I feel
dude.
like eventually you'll get over it because I kind of had the same thing, but
So you can do it sober.
yeah.
Look at him.
I'll do it right now.
This
to
guy's
you.
fucking covered in
Just
food
fucking
tank.
dress like that, like
What
Jordan.
if they're not into it? What if they say no?
You
Then
move
you fucking
on.
say no and you live.
that would just.
What are you gonna do? Be like, man, how do I make this person I don't know right?
I wouldn't leave the house for 2
Think
weeks.
of all of the women you've turned down, right?
Like all
They've
one of them.
moved
Imagine
on.
that
That's true. You got a point there.
Gavin
The
did go on
standards
a-
are probably very low.
Gavin did go on a date recently. We won't say any details, but
Did you?
What? I got really drunk.
you said you woke up with a stamp on your wrist from like a club.
Well, I went to a bar, and then the next morning woke up with a stamp, and I don't remember going anywhere where they had to stamp your arm. So
Yep.
See, that's
That's
the
how
problem.
drunk I got.
You get so
Good
drunk.
date.
How can you be sure that the person you're trying to go out with is even like attractive at that point?
Well, because you remember the important bits. You remember if you made out.
So do
right?
you identify the person and then that's the one, and then get drunk?
Yeah.
But you
Okay.
don't remember.
Well, like, no, I'll never just make a move on a stranger. It'll usually be like, I'll arrange
Oh,
it.
I thought you were gonna say
Hello,
you'll stalk
ranger?
them a little bit.
What do you
A
call
little stranger danger.
You call a guy and set up a meeting?
Right. Well, that's enough.
How do you arrange it with him not being a stranger? I don't know what that means. Like, they're a stranger at some point.
Yeah. I mean, you play the slow game for like 6 months, and then.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's playing the long con.
I guess.
And then you still have to get
So,
to
so you meet a girl at a bar, and then you just keep coming back to that same bar for 6 months?
All right.
He's so embarrassed.
Yeah, I know. It's
Well, I
kinda
just
sad.
don't know how to do it. There's no, like,
Yeah, well, you're like the...
I get all this advice from people. It's like, yeah, just
It's
do
not
it. And if you
advice,
get
you're just-
rejected,
Someone said they would drive from Houston to Austin tonight to date you.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah, they're fat.
He looks handsome.
No, don't
Yeah,
say
they're
that.
probably fat.
sure
I'm
you're
sorry.
beautiful.
They're fat.
how are you gonna let
What are
them
you
doing, Kyle?
I'm feeling lucky.
Dude, it's great, 'cause it's like, you're like...
I'm feeling drunk.
You like to stir up the most shit and to get people riled up the most.
Oh yeah.
But you do have
mean by
fits.
that?
Sorry.
You just pull random weird ass like non-normal
like
questions
this
out of your
image.
asshole, but then you don't know what to say when they come back to you.
I like where this is going.
What are you doing, Gus?
I'm looking up the person who said they would date him.
Oh shit!
Oh, now I feel bad for calling you out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is all Barbara's fault, by the way.
Don't cut to the camera. Don't cut to the computer.
We'll just entertain you with Catbug.
Okay, Gus.
What?
While you're down there looking like you're taking a crap, did you make the move on Esther?
Yeah, I absolutely did.
And were you drunk?
No.
So you just said, hey,
Boosh.
let's do stuff.
Yeah.
Is that exactly what you said? Let's do
Let's do stuff, baby. Our first, actually, I may have been drunk, actually. Our first date was a drinking contest. Because she said
But
she
you-
could outdrink me.
But you had the date set up before you
Right.
drank.
Yeah, and it was not
You didn't have the
planned.
drinking contest in order to set up the date.
Yeah, it was not planned that we
Yeah.
would have a drinking contest. It was like, we met, and it's like...
was sporadic,
And it was
and
like,
just like, hey.
it was like, I can outdrink you. No, I can outdrink you. Let's find out. I won.
Oh, nice.
You won.
And then you married her.
You
Yeah.
want her.
It's like a show of domination. Like, I had to win. If I had lost, nope, moved on.
Is that why we're not together?
Yeah, that's exactly why. So I saw someone tweeting questions via the RT podcast hashtag to Bernie. Do you think they're watching? Do you think they have any idea that he's not on the podcast?
Bernie's right there.
Maybe, yeah, I'm in the chair. They're tweeting to the chair.
You're no goddamn Bernie, and you never will be.
Oh, get faced.
Just saying. Miles is over there.
So now this is the thing. I drive from San Francisco to date you. I drive from Canada.
I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't
I
drive
mean,
from
to be fair,
across
guys.
town
To be
date
fair,
you,
guys.
Gavin.
Desperate people are everywhere, right? They're all around.
Yeah. Tennessee. Yep, you're right. Yeah. And then,
Yeah, but this is different though, because we're
RTX
talking
can
about
be really
these are people
exciting.
that are watching the podcast, and as far as like even Gavin's concerned, this is like a celebrity thing. Of course, people will be like, "I'll do anything for you." He's talking about meeting a random person in the bar that doesn't know who the hell he is, and in that scenario, he's a little baby.
So when since we're talking about dating, when I first started going out with Esther, I had this really weird thing happen where we went out on a couple of dates, and this was years ago. This was like 7 years ago, right? So it was early 06. So Rooster Teeth had been around for about 3 years at this point. So obviously not nearly as big as it is now. So like on our third date or so, I was like, I have to tell her about Rooster Teeth. I have to tell her about this stuff. So
Were
I
you
said-
worried she was gonna like dump you because of
She
it?
didn't ask you your job on the first date.
I told her about this internet stuff, but I'm like, this will become more relevant as the story continues. So I sat down with her, and I was like, listen, I do this stuff on the internet, and I'm kind of famous. And she's
kind of a big
yeah, right. Get out of here. I'm like, no, listen, it's going to happen. Like, someone's going to recognize me, and I just don't want you to freak out. I'm telling you right now. She's like, shut up. Get out of here. So, like, whatever. I told her. I was like, okay, good. She's prepared for it. So then we went to a Starbucks to get some coffee.
How much did you
and
pay this person?
Literally, we walk in, and the barista's like, oh, my God, you're Gus from Rooster Teeth. She's like, how much did you pay that guy? Like, did you plan this? I was like, no, this is totally just happening. She's like, it was like literally within 5 minutes of me telling her, someone recognized
But
me.
seriously, how much did you pay that guy?
It was like $100. No, it was like totally
written on his
random and
hand.
weird.
You're Gus from Rooster Teeth.
Roster Toth.
Rooster Teeth.
It wasn't in Austin. It was like in some other shitty little town in
Dude,
Texas.
the last time I went to Dallas with Lindsay, I think it was for the Emergent shoot in Atlanta. Like we were there, we were at her family's house for Easter because that was like before the Emergent shoot, and then that was on Sunday, and then Monday we flew to Atlanta. Wednesday we flew back to Dallas, and then we had to drive back to Austin. So on the way back to Austin, we stopped at a Rudy's because there's like fucking 8 on the way home, and some dudes recognized me while we were there. And they were like total bros. Like these dudes were jacked as shit. They were like 5'8", you know? And they were like, dude. And then like I heard them talking. They're like, oh, is that like Michael or whatever? And they're like, and they threw out a feeler. Like they didn't come up to me and say, hey Michael. They went, Michael. And like I turned around. They're like, oh shit, it's him. Right? And because I just got my hair cut, and they were like, dude, we thought it was you, but you know your hair was too short. I was like, oh yeah, I got my hair cut. They're like, man, can we lift you up and take a picture? I was like, what? Okay. So these two dudes, they were huge. In Rudy's, they had like, I think Lindsay took the picture actually.
Lindsay?
So they gave her their camera. Like fucking like, oh, we're gonna lift you. Oh, dude, I'm in the air. Like I must have been like a feather to them. Like these guys jacked me up like right in the middle of the air. In the middle of Rudy's. Like I'm standing right next to the fucking fountain drinks. There's people all over the place. People looking at us like, what the fuck? And there's two guys like, whoa, like throwing their fists up in the air, like taking a picture with me. I was so sad.
Did you have a copy? Did you have a copy?
I didn't get one. I looked immediately after, like the hour after, and the rest of the day, I looked and hoped they like posted on Reddit or Twitter, and I never saw the picture.
They're too muscle bound to use
They
Twitter
should
on
be.
their phones. It's like,
they
I'm gonna punch this onto the internet.
They were cool. They were super nice. But it was weird because like they came up to me. They were like they're really nice. They're fans, and they're like, hey man, like, do you mind if we pick you up? I'm like, do I mind if you like hoist me into the air? Like, I'll allow it, servants. It was just fucking weird. Like I'm up in the air and Lindsay's taking the picture, and I'm just looking at all the other people that are buying their food, and they're like,
It's weird
what
to
the
think
fuck?
that bros are into Rooster Teeth. I don't know. I just feel like that's not our demographic at all.
Dude, some
We
bros.
don't turn anyone away.
Come on. I like bros.
I mean, well, Rooster Teeth.
Dude, I'm from Jersey. Do this, like do the fist bump.
I like the measures that some
Take off
people
your
go
shirt.
to though to make sure that you are who they
microphone.
think you are. I was once with I used to get recognized a lot more when I was with Dan in England. Like pretty much everywhere we would go.
It's because of Dan.
Right.
Because
Dan's
Dan,
man.
Say Dan,
Dan's
bro.
the hot one.
He is the man.
But we were once just walking down this shopping place, and there were these two dudes looking at an iPhone, and they were like,
Oh God.
I was like, maybe I think these guys recognize us. And he ended up going like, excuse me, is this you guys? And it was literally the video we put up earlier that day. And then he was like making sure. I was like, yes, us.
I think it was when I went to PAX last year, 2012. Like, we get on the plane. It was just Lindsay and I went. Like, we went for a vacation. And we get on the plane, we sit down, and, like, the guy, like, on the other side, like, across the aisle and one behind us, like, as we're sitting there, like buckling in, like, everyone else was still getting on the plane and boarding and shit like that, he just, like, taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around, and he's like, hey, is this you? And like shows me a picture of his phone in the same manner. I'm like, that is me. And it's like me from an episode of Awu, whatever. He's like, all right, my kids are going nuts back here, so like, can you just say hi? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And like I said hello. And actually, it was when we had like the prototype slap bands, and like there was only 6 in existence, the Ichimonor slap bands. And he's like, hey, you know, can my kids?
I didn't even have one at that point.
You didn't, because you were out of the country when we got them.
Whoa.
And he was like, hey, my kids get a picture or whatever when we land? And I'm like, yeah, sure, when we land or whatever. And it's like, okay, cool. So the plane lands, and he's just like, hey, do you mind if we get a picture? I'm like, no, not at all. So we get off the plane. We walk like just like a few feet, and he comes up to me before his kids. He's like, all right, I don't know who you are. I have no idea who you are, but my kids love you. Can you take a picture with them? So I gave his daughter like the first slap band ever. So like my original slap band was given to a fan.
Was Lindsay all like, oh?
She was, dude. I won so many points. It was like I was like, hey, would you like this? Okay, yeah, no, Lindsay's watching. Would you like this slap band? Yeah, no thing. I actually mugged that girl afterwards when Lindsay was in the bathroom. Fucking totally snatched her back.
You like give it to the kid. You're like, hold on, no, Lindsay wasn't watching. Let's do this again.
Yeah, hang on. Redo.
Start crying or something.
Reset.
I had like
Let a tear come down.
yeah, it was good.
I saw someone tweeted, Mr. Hotley sent a tweet saying that he works for American Airlines and sees us all the time at the Dallas airport.
Oh, does he really?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
You
what he
should
said.
say hi.
Hello. Don't
time.
say hi, but don't say hi if I'm really pissed off.
Yeah.
The most
Don't say hi when our flight to Boston's canceled.
Yeah.
Why didn't we just fly there?
fucking last year, the same thing, like dealing with the whole going to PAX. Interesting, Gavin. Every flight that we were on was fucking delayed. All because it was a layover, so it was like 2 there, 2 back, and every single one was fucked. So the one back, it was like the 2 there were awful. Like we got there at like 4 o'clock on Friday, so we missed like the whole convention the first day. So I was like pissed off about that. But we're leaving Sunday. We get to the airport. We're like, it's finally over. We're gonna leave. Blah blah blah. Our flight's fucking canceled. It's flat out canceled. And they're like, Lindsay waited in line, got us on standby for the next flight, and it's like standby's like hope and pray you get on, right? We were like 10 and 11 on standby, and I'm like, we're never getting in this flight in a million years, and I'm like fucking fuming. Like the whole travel thing just pissed me off. I'm fucking pissed off, and like I had my backpack at the time, and it was broken, and like the zipper broke, and I'm just like fiddling with it, like I'm at my angriest ever, and like Lindsay's like, I think there's some fans over there. And like I look over my shoulder and there's a guy that like walked up to me and then turned around like 4 times. And I was just like, God damn it. It was like that moment where like I'm so pissed off right now, but like this is the time where it's like it's gonna be that story of like meeting a celebrity where it's like, God, total fucking asshole. Yeah. So I was like fucking fuming, and like Lindsay said she even turned around to the guy and like motioned like, like don't come over here. So it's like I fume sitting in the chair, and like I look up at the guy and he was there with his girlfriend, and she's like, I think they're fans. They're both wearing RTX 2011 shirts. I'm like, yeah, they're probably fans if they're wearing RTX 2011 shirts, because there was like 400 people there.
So did you help him out? Were you eventually like,
no,
right, get over
I was sitting there, and I was like so pissed off, and I was like, and I just got up and I walked over to him and I was like, so airlines, right? And he was like, oh hey, but it just sucks because it's like that one moment where you don't want to look like I'm a piece of shit and everybody knows that, but like I don't want to be the piece of shit that like doesn't want to talk to people. I want to talk to people and be like, fuck you piece of shit.
Don't take your anger out on them.
Yeah, well I want to, but like in a fun way.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you what Eric Badura did to me from Mega 64?
No.
He's an asshole
Did he
in the
forgive?
best way. That's harsh.
Love that guy.
There's a video from PAX Prime where Jack did Awu, and Eric went on that video and like trolled the hell out of everyone. He's like, I met Barbara, she was a total bitch to me, she wouldn't talk to me and my friends, and made everyone believe that I was some like complete cunt.
So he actually met you then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Boom.
It's true.
What's
I feel a little sad now that she just stopped the story.
No, that's the story. Yeah. He had them like.
Yeah,
I read the comments.
There's a bunch of people being like, oh, like I had no idea, but that's pretty sad to hear.
I love when sarcasm just goes right over people's heads.
Yeah.
So, what's the strangest thing you've ever had to check when traveling on an airplane? Ever had to check anything out of the ordinary?
I don't know. I've never had to check anything out of the ordinary. I mean, people have like checked my bags for shit. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" And it just looks weird. I've never had anything weird.
I had a megaphone in my suitcase once.
I had a microphone once.
And like,
same deal.
It was just like in the suitcase, and I checked my bag, and then when I got it back and I opened it up, like there was the notice that said, "Your bag had been opened to be checked." I was like, "It's probably this fucking megaphone."
Was it a fucking check bag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, how did you not notice they opened it? Like, it just like went through carry-on.
No, yeah, that's what I meant. Like the weirdest thing that you've ever had to like put in a checked baggage. Lindsay says samurai sword. That's pretty out there.
Dang.
I used to travel a lot with a lot of camera equipment, and I would never check the actual high-speed camera because it's expensive as knobs, and I didn't want to let go of it. But I was used to travel with my boss's equipment, like cleaning stuff and lenses and stuff in a different box. I would check that. But one time, the goddamn idiot put in. It was like an air blower that you use on lenses, like just to blow off things. But it was in the shape of a grenade. it was like a plushy grenade with like a thing on the top that goes. I was like, why would you put that in there? And it was gone. Like they confiscated it.
Oh my
god!
God.
Yeah. They went through everything. I had to wait.
The fact that they would go through it, realize it's not what it is, and then take it. It's like, what the fuck?
Do they X-ray it? Like, I assume
you just robbed me. You stole my shit.
I assume when they go through the X-ray machine, it doesn't show up as metal, right?
No, I assume they searched the bag because there was like a pelly case. It was full of just random stuff. I assume they wanted to take a look, and they just saw this grenade-looking thing. They're like,
right, but I mean, like,
I guess they don't want you to fake like you have a grenade on a plane. Like,
but was it checked or was it carry-on?
It was checked.
It was checked, exactly. So what the fuck is that? It's like, this can't sit in storage somewhere in a bag. I'm keeping this.
You also can't take those.
Sorry, this is really cool.
Zip tie things, the ones that.
Oh really?
Yeah, because they don't want you to tie up the crew.
But you can check them,
They're
right?
called zip ties.
What?
They're called zip ties.
You call them zip tie things. They're just zip ties.
Yeah.
But you can check them, right?
Why wouldn't you be?
I don't know. I had the confiscated. It might have been carry-on. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how many people who work for airlines have gone through luggages to.
Yeah.
wrong?
Gavin's making
Sorry.
a fucking mess of his beer. Go ahead.
To look at women's underwear. Apparently, it's a pretty high percentage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I should
So this
track-
job hasn't really been working out for me. I'm gonna.
I wonder if anyone goes through to steal my underwear. I have some sexy underwear.
Yeah. I should start like.
Do you like
blogs
get your
that I
bag
have.
back like after they search it and they're just like, here you go, sir, and you go, you like what you see?
One time, Gus pointed out that like he saw, like I was bending over and he saw my underwear. He's like, I have the same underwear.
Oh yeah, the striped ones, the red, white, and blue. Yeah, the American Apparel.
I looked up and was like, why are you telling me this?
Underwear is your good. If like Gus saw your underwear, I will say working at this company, it's very common to see ass crack all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Especially
particularly
Gus.
Jeff,
And Jeff.
or Gus, as you know, you work next to
There's
Gus.
definitely a lot of ass crack.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen Gus's crack.
Gus. Gavin, don't make a mess. Drink. No, make a mess. You're fine. You're fine.
Oh, that's so
You're fine,
gross.
little buddy.
Oh God.
I hope I don't do it again.
Think
Oh,
it's your emergency
I just don't want to
bucket?
drink foam. It's minging. Come on, you're better than that.
No.
Well, I mean, it's your table.
Oh, you're no fun.
Now it's dripping.
The worst thing I ever had to check was one time I had to check a server for my old job. Like we're here in Austin, and like one of our servers up in Providence died, and they were like, "Oh, you got to get on a plane right now with this giant Dell box and go up there." So I had to like check it, and it was like since it was a last minute travel deal, I had to like connect 2 times. I'd like connected somewhere in Tennessee and somewhere in North Carolina, and before I finally got up there, it's fucking awful. That thing was heavy too. It was like 100 pounds.
What are the bags for on the masks?
The bags on the masks.
Oxygen. They say the bag doesn't inflate.
It
What is
doesn't always inflate. I think it doesn't inflate.
What do
if
you
the
mean? What
pressure-
It said
That's
don't
where
get
the
scared
air
if it doesn't
goes.
inflate.
I think if you're at a lower
Oxygen's
pressure,
still
it inflates. But if you're at a lower altitude where there's more pressure, it
but why
doesn't
they need
inflate.
What's the
Why can't
point
you
of
just
the
have oxygen
inflation
coming
then?
down a tube?
I don't know.
I've had this weird thing
We
where
should ask him, I guess.
Also, you asked that in the most obscure way possible.
Yeah, it was really weird.
What are the bags on the masks for? We weren't even talking about that.
I'm talking about flying.
Yeah. Okay.
Close enough, right?
Okay.
I've had this thing. I flew a lot recently. Well, maybe a few months ago. But I had this thing where the person next to me would always be watching the same movie at the exact same point that I looked. It was get off. It was some like Zac Efron movie. And he's,
Dude, which one?
I don't know. he's
again?
like he's on some ranch, and
Did
for
he
some
bet on it?
reason, it happened 3 times where I'd look over at the next screen.
Yeah,
I
very
wonder what she's
specific here.
watching. It's the same scene in the same movie 3 different times. I just want to know what this movie is. I want to know why all these
So
women are
Zac
watching it.
Efron
Yeah.
on a ranch. If anyone knows, tweet it with hashtag
Oh,
#RTPodcast.
it's probably the lucky one.
What was the scene?
I don't know. I
The
haven't
movie
seen
came
it.
out a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
Did
let
it?
us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But if that's
I mean,
it,
everyone's watching that on planes. It
I know
turns
he's
out.
on
No,
a
that's
ranch
good.
at some
Zac
point.
Efron.
What was that? I actually did watch a Zac Efron movie when he was the younger version of Matthew
17.
Perry.
17
What you
again?
said. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was.
That's actually pretty
It was
entertaining.
all right.
I really like Matthew Perry.
Yeah, it was all right.
I really like
pretty
Matthew
good.
Perry.
I had the same conclusion.
I really like Zac Efron.
Get out of here.
Dude,
Dude, High School Musical's
High School
top.
Musical,
Are you
man.
kidding me?
Is that what he's
Michael's
from?
all about
Yeah.
it.
I'm all about High School
Do you
Musical.
think he was gutted when Bieber came along?
Mr. Hotley, if you really are an American Airlines employee, I would say that 25% of girls have a dildo in their bag.
Whoa, really?
Barbara,
Are you that 25?
No.
how often have you traveled with a dildo?
0.
Do you fly?
I
with
don't
a
own
dog?
one.
You don't own one.
No. Not into that.
I will
How do you
say,
typically mingle
I will
stuff
say, people, there's a very fine line between a vibrator and a dildo.
No, absolutely. Well, one is battery powered, and the other one's not.
Yeah, and I will
Well,
say, like,
dildos
from,
can be battery powered.
from
They're
my
the
experience,
vibrators.
like a dildo is like much harsher. Like if you say a girl has a dildo, it's like I don't have a dildo. That's like outrageous.
But those ones from the movies, they're fictional, right? You don't ever really have a dildo that's like.
Why not?
But you don't, do you have those?
I don't. I don't have dildos up my ass, Gavin.
You want some scrambled
Why you
eggs?
So
Yes,
you-
yes, I
eggs
did there.
and-
You've never used one.
No.
Why didn't you try it?
That's
Why
not-
haven't you?
I don't need to.
Because I don't want anything in my bum.
Well, you dripping your beer everywhere.
Great. Now there's. Never mind. I don't want to acknowledge what I saw. It's so stupid. I'm not even gonna get
Gus
into
is
it.
like,
It's pretty stupid.
fuck it.
What were we talking about before I derailed us? We were talking about Zac Efron.
you want
and,
another
This is fucking top
yeah.
guy. He's a
No, I
cute-
got one. I got my own.
I've seen every High School Musical. I'll throw it out
I know
there.
what you're gonna do, asshole.
Pretty good.
You're fucking transparent. You tried to sit there and act all cool, like you weren't gonna actually do it. I fucking got my own over here. You're fucked, dude. This is why I get a 12-pack to myself.
Fair play. You're a smart dude.
That's right. I got the opener because just because.
Dude, perks.
Yeah.
That's tenure right there.
I like how the gum is still on that award.
So I told Bernie when you put the gum on this award, I said, you better take that off. Don't forget you put gum on it. He put it on like a day after we got this.
I thought it was Chris.
No, it was Bernie. I saw him do it.
Because Barbara slashed Chris's tires for it. So now this is uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
We were
Chris.
filming
you,
something
Chris.
recently here, and as part of it, I had to act like I was eating. So they gave me a can of almonds from Chris's desk. They were coconut flavored almonds.
What?
Wait, a nut that's flavored like a different nut.
Yeah.
What?
It
Is
was.
a coconut a nut or a fruit?
I don't know.
It's a fruit, I think.
Is it? I don't think it is. It doesn't have seeds.
I don't know.
What, fruit has to have seeds?
I think
Look
so.
this up.
Weird though
Yeah,
for a
yeah, it
nut
does.
to be
Where are
this
the seeds?
big.
They're
though.
in it.
Yeah.
You see it when you take a bite out of it.
And
They're like
also
in the
like
middle, the little
strange
black parts.
It's
milk
like a
in it.
fucking
But they're
burger
soft.
with an egg on it.
You just blew my mind.
Anyway, so it was the
weirdest
grossest
thing
thing I've ever eaten. Between every take, I would have to eat them and act like I was eating. Then I was just spitting them on the floor. I was like, this is fucking
They
disgusting.
couldn't find you anything else that you actually like to eat.
There's nothing.
Go to the kitchen across the fucking way.
No,
It's
they're like-
another
they're like,
building.
"Here,
There's
we-
tons of actual food.
We have coconut flavored almonds.
Here's some ham. It's
probably because Chris doesn't know the-
turkey.
This is
you know?
I don't know if I'm like in a reliable source. It says it's a droop. Wait, which the
No,
coconut,
stop.
which
That's
means the
good.
coconut can be all three: a fruit, a nut, and a seed.
That's a load of...
What?
How
you,
do
guys.
seed?
Fuck you.
You can't
How about that?
plant a coconut and grow palm trees, can
So,
It's
speaking
a
of planting stuff,
fibrous one-seeded droop.
I've got a bone to pick again
Oh
Okay.
shit.
Go
with
ahead.
the fucking squirrels at my house.
They're
Yeah.
chucking shit.
Man, those
And
guys
then
are
bullying you
assholes.
again.
So I have like this community garden plot kind of close to my house that I go to, and I grow like fruits and vegetables and shit. And it's under a pecan tree, so every now and then like a pecan will fall into the soil, and like a little pecan tree will start sprouting. So the other day I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this pecan tree, I'm gonna plant it at my house. Like there's a tree I don't like, I'm gonna plant this pecan tree. It's tiny, it's like this big. And I'm in 20 years there's gonna be a pecan tree here,
Right.
or 100 years, or however long
That'd
it
be like
takes.
the mark on the earth.
Yeah.
Will be that tree.
So it's like I planted it, I started watering it, I was taking good care of it. I was like, yeah, it's taking, it's all green, it's gonna be awesome. Like a week after I planted it, I walked out and there was a fucking squirrel. He had ripped it out of the ground. He had bit off the stem, bit off the root, and just ate the nut that was like the seed. I was like, you fucking asshole. Like I walked out in the morning to come to work and like he stopped with it in his mouth and like turned to look at me. And I looked at him, I was like, what the fuck? And he just like took off running. I was like, God damn.
Did you give chase?
Yeah, I chased him. Then he like ran up the tree immediately.
I didn't think you would actually
I was so fucking
I didn't think you would actually chase the squirrel.
I was so fucking angry.
Like, you just like...
He crawled up the tree and I'm like, God,
Were you in like a bathrobe at the same time?
straight to the moon. No, I was on my way to work, so like I had my backpack. So I'm sure I was like running like a fat kid down the street.
And then you were out of breath.
I'll
driving to
say
work.
this for like this job. I think this job is like the rare exception for the most like grown adults that wear backpacks to work. So many people with backpacks here. I do every single day.
I do.
You do?
It's the
Ray
best.
would if you could afford one.
It's the best thing in the world when you travel.
Yeah, it is.
Like if you need to run to catch a flight or you're in a hurry, it's like, why do you want to carry a briefcase or
bullshit.
a messenger bag or some shit?
Yeah.
No, just wear a backpack. It's
I
fine.
think briefcases are just for cash. Unless you have wads of cash, don't have a
I agree. Unless you're
You
doing
like
like
a
a
metal
fucking
cap?
$1 million money transfer, it's like
Yeah.
So when we filmed, this is old news now, but when we filmed the Gauntlet, in the final episode, they present the winner with cash and money.
Yeah.
And
Some weird rules, right?
yeah, I thought it would be like fake, but no, it was a briefcase filled with money that was on set.
It was
it was-
all $10,000.
it was
too.
$10,000, right? So what was that in? What kind of bill was that in?
I don't remember. I think it was like hundreds on the outside and then wrapped with lower bills on
No,
the
there's
inside
no way.
to make it look like more.
So is there a
Right.
company that just specializes in like game show prize money where they
Well,
have
'cause
like,
it's like-
do all that?
A briefcase can hold a lot of
Well,
fucking money.
You would assume that it would have to be like insurance requirements, right? It's like, what if someone loses the case? What if it's stolen?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think about it because it's like a number, that like most normal people would never have, or just in the bank account or whatever. But like a briefcase can probably hold like $500,000, $1 million.
I don't know. Like
it's like $100. Like they're fucking thin.
the biggest
man.
currency though is $100.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah, but
think-
the stacks aren't that thick.
Yeah, I always picture that.
So you get 100 of them. That's 10. Was that 10,000?
$1 million is 10,000 $100 bills. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
So $500,000 would be 5,000 bills.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
Yeah, I don't think I would fit in a briefcase.
I'm amazed.
I don't know.
I would think maybe 1,000.
I'm amazed that the euro has 500.
I think you could easily fit $500,000 in a briefcase.
How convenient. That the euro has a 500.
Yeah, like our highest bill in the UK is £50, and it's
£50, really?
Yeah.
There's no £100
heavy.
bill?
no 100.
That's weird.
I mean, because you wouldn't want to lose that. But losing €500 would suck.
I guess.
Interesting, Gavin.
It's just weird to me that, like, despite inflation, despite how much less $100 is worth in the U.S., that still $100 is the max. Like, when did the $100 bill get introduced? Like in the early 1900s? Like back then, you were like fucking baller. You bought like a house with $100.
It was like it was like taking all your gold.
I mean,
and
they
just, like,
had.
You can make it rain with 2 pieces of paper.
Buy gold.
I don't know if it was ever
One bill.
in regular circulation, but didn't we have a $500 and a $1,000 bill?
I think there was a $10,000 bill that
$10,000.
that banks used between, like, it wasn't for public
Gotcha.
distribution. And that was, years ago,
I'd
decades
like
ago.
a $500 bill.
I think now.
I mean, fuck, buy a TV. 2 of them. There's $1,000 minimum.
Oh, you mean
I think-
bills?
2 bills. Yeah, thanks,
I
Gavin.
think everything's moving to like digital and
It's true. People don't
credit
give
cards,
a fuck
so
about
yeah,
money.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like-
How long until we have credit cards on our phone?
I mean, it's already kind of happening with some Android stuff has those NFC cards, like the ISIS service.
You can lose all your important shit.
All at
But you
once,
can lock
yeah.
it remotely. Like if you lose it, then you log on your computer and you turn it all off. But I'm trying to think, like, when do I use cash? I think the only time I use cash is when I go to Vegas, like at casinos.
I only use cash when I owe people money. Just to give them cash.
Did you ever talk about how I drew dicks on those bills that you owed?
We talked about it fucking forever ago.
Yeah, that was
we
like
talked
a
about
year
it in
ago.
the podcast and when it happened.
Yeah.
I paid Gavin with your dick money during the podcast.
Dick money.
You were on a podcast that I wasn't on. There was a stupid bet we had, and Gavin won, and I had to pay him. And I was annoyed about it, but I was still going to pay him because I'm not a bitch like Jack. And
And funny enough, it was about a TV.
it was about a TV. It was whether my TV was LCD or LED, and I was convinced it was LED, and Gavin was convinced it was LCD for the price that I paid for it. And I went home, and I was like, "Fucking idiot! God damn it!" And like I knew, so it's like it ruined my whole lunch because I saw it at the beginning of lunch for like an hour. I knew I had to pay Gavin $50, so I came back. Fully intended on paying him. I think I paid him like the next day or something. But like I got 2 20s and a 10, and before I paid him, I went up to Barbara and I'm like, "So can you draw dicks like all over this shit?" So she drew on each side something different.
like-
So there was 6 unique like cock images all over the bills, and it was like people riding on cock rainbows, like all kinds of shit. And then in the middle of a podcast, I walked in and gave Gavin that $50. And then you gave someone that one of those bills in a bathroom attendant.
That was it. Well, I think most of it I gave back to you for a different bet, but one of
Well,
them...
see, you're so dumb. You didn't just deposit the money in a bank. Like you
That
could've-
involves going to a bank.
It involves going to a bank and
can't be
depositing
bothered.
money. So Gavin just held on to it forever. And then in what scenario did you use it?
the one thing I spent was at PAX East, not this year, the last year.
2012.
Yeah, and you know those annoying arsehole guys that stand in bathrooms and expect you to tip them for giving you a tissue. Thanks, dude. I couldn't
Were
do
you at a
that,
strip
mate.
club?
No, it was in.
No, it was our
our
party.
event.
It was our party. It was a bathroom attendant.
So yeah, he like, I'm there, I'm taking a piss, I'm doing this in the sink, and he goes and squirts soap into my hand. So now I owe him a tip. Thanks, dude. And I gave him $20, and he was like, ah. And I was like, don't worry, it's got a dick on it. I'm not giving you $20.
Gavin, you
for
said
it."
beforehand, you were like, I got a 20, but it's got dicks all over it. And the guy was like, I don't give a
Yeah, he was
fuck.
like, I'll take it.
Take your dick.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah, no shit, he'll take it.
you gave me 30 back eventually from a bet that you had to pay me. You saved the dick money. And then, I will say, for the sake of this podcast, if we're going to throw it out there, I think I have it still.
You kept that in your wallet.
Get
this
ready
whole-
to
Dude,
zoom in.
because here's the thing. I'm saving it until I have to pay you back.
Now I'm worried.
Oh
that
my
drawing-
God.
So I have
can't believe you still
120.
have
This
that.
is like over a year ago. I have 120 left. So if you want to zoom in on it, there's the front. There's Barbara's dick drawings all over it. This is 20
That's a little guy.
of the
writing it.
$50 that I owed Gavin, and then here's the back in a totally different. There's a dick mushroom involved, and there's there's 2 dicks leading into the main dick. I've had this for over a year in my wallet. This is my safety 20. It's gonna go to you if I owe you money, or if I'm stranded in the middle of nowhere and need $20. Somebody's gonna get dick bucks.
Can you deface money? Can you deface money to the point where like it lost all its value? Like
I think only if you like cover it up so it's more than 50% shown.
Yeah, I think
That's
if you have
total bullshit. I don't know.
51% visible and intact, they have to accept it.
Yeah.
I'll take this
It's
dick
the same
money.
way if money is ripped in half.
Yeah.
If you
Right,
have
it's
more
like
than
2/3.
50%, or
What
I
if
think
you
it's
cut it in
2/3.
exactly 250%
Then
pieces?
you are
Exactly.
you could probably argue.
I gotta piss.
Well,
We're gonna wrap up here pretty soon. Someone in like 5 minutes. You okay? You gonna make it?
Yeah,
someone
we'll
was
see.
someone was
I might
saying
make
that
it 3.
someone was saying that we should show off some more stuff we printed from the 3D printer. In fact, I meant to bring something with me.
the
yeah.
GoPro.
We have
yeah.
the dinosaur is pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been printing like crazy on that, and we have a lot of stuff. Mainly a lot of tests at this point, but we're hoping to start doing some more interesting stuff here. But I have like a screw, like a nut and a bolt that like screw together and unscrew. It's like weird they can make something so precise and threaded that actually works.
There's always something printing in the office now that people just walk in and go, "What you printing?"
I'm gonna be in fact or Adam made a web page for our 3D printer so there's a TV above it and it just has it's like a thought bubble that says I am printing and then whatever we're actually printing.
He got so sick of answering what people
Yeah,
printing.
got really tiring.
All right, well let's get ready to wrap this up. I see Michael's about to explode and
No, I'll just piss myself.
Well, Bernie's
right on
not
the
here,
couch.
so we can actually end at a reasonable amount of time. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll be back next week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
I love you.
Here's your Candy's breaking it down. Lots of things changing these days. I think we got more change on the way. Over and over again. Over and over again. Lots of things changing these days. I think we got more change on the way. Yeah. Over and over again. Over and over again. Lots of things changing these days. Here's a Rooster Teeth podcast theme song leading the way.